Hi everybody, and welcome back to New York by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade ongoing campaign. This is episode 4, so let's dive into the usual. We'll do it real quick, just a couple words from each of our players here. Articus, as Archimere Felix Co., tell us a little bit about yourself. No sound, 1 second. Nothing. Everyone can hear me? Alright, real quick, Articus, say something? Shut up 1 second. I can hear you, it's just not showing up on OBS. Take a second, everybody.
Okay, mic test.
All right, so this is a mic test.
All right, there we go. Some reason, OBS decided to reset everything, so everything was selected as default, even though we didn't do anything. Alright, anyway, let's get back to it. So, Articus, I'm so sorry that you missed your perfect little intro.
I'm so sorry as well. I am extremely sorry that I zapped the living crap out of Roland. That's what I did. The thing that could have gone bad totally went bad in the most Murphy kind of way ever. And, well, now that Roland is zapped and everything... yes, to apologize, I need to help him make a cane. By that, making a cane, I mean having someone else who has skills in making things make a cane. Anyway, I need to follow up on that.
Alright, Kozark as Ike Rogers, who is in the wrong window, apparently. You go ahead and say something.
Hey, I'm Ike. I'm just kind of getting up to a few missions from Father that I'm not really enjoying doing, but I'm thankful that no one's actually asked me to betray my friends from the Camarilla yet, and hopefully I'll get to chat with Nate soon because we haven't actually talked in a little bit. So hopefully I get to catch up with him and go along with the events that everyone else is up to. I do think I'm a little ahead of everyone else because I think I'm on Friday morning thing.
Vampire Morning. Next we'll have Modi Ansas as Nate Ward.
So, other than orchestrating events with Felix and Roland, we are working on setting up a Night of Knives with the Setites and hopefully removing several of them in one fell swoop and reclaiming a little bit of dominance back for the Brujah and our own respect in this city. Besides that, there is the matter of Kim and her sire and other Malkavian things, as apparently Lily has shown up as well, that we need to bring to resolve, but hopefully we'll take care of her matters quickly so that we can move on and take care of the Setites.
And next we'll have Elvish Dame as Kim Brown.
So, I actually spent the majority of last time in my morgue trying to fix some bodies that had obviously been killed by something supernatural so that it wouldn't show up later. I had Nate come with me to help me out with that. And as we were doing that, Lily had hidden herself in one of the body refrigerators and did something to me, and now I can feel where she is in my mind whenever. It's great. It's fantastic. Don't worry about it.
What else could you ask for?
Yeah, aside from that, I asked my sire for a day off after finding out that apparently Angel came and talked to him. So, worried about that a little bit.
So Zavani, as Angel Vargas, our lovely Toreador, how you feeling?
So, yeah, like she said, went and talked to her sire. May have threatened him a little bit. Told him he needs to respect her more because he's a piece of shit. And he seems to have gotten the hint. You know, maybe being a little bit nicer to her. You know, I might have PTSD as a result, but this is not something new. I can get over it. It shouldn't last too long. A couple of years is not that big of a deal. But yeah, so you know, we're good. I gotta listen to some loud music. I gotta keep busy. Gotta make a cane sword. Apparently, that's fucking weird. Never done that before. Probably gonna use a shift. Anyway, not the point. Just we're gonna move on. It's gonna be great.
And last but not least, Super Chocolate Bear as Roland Jacobs.
Well, it seems Felix is just full of more and more surprises these days, which is good since I'm going to be out of this fight coming up. Today I have to walk around and show that bitch the club and get in her good side, but soon my day will come.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my lighting correct. Anyway. Alright, perfect. I would actually like to start back at the club because it is about middle of Thursday, and Helena just showed up. Felix is already at the club, but I believe he was being a little more wallflowerish, just trying to, like, watch what's going on, and feeling bad about what happened earlier.
Yes.
Does she, I forget, did we come in contact with her last time, or am I watching her like come up, or how?
She had like just arrived when we wrapped up the last game, so you'll see her. You were standing at the bar. O'Connell had kind of helped you get into a new suit, so you've got one of your nicest ones on. And yeah, you're just sitting at the bar waiting for her. You see her approach. She has two young men escorting her. You don't recognize either of them directly. But so she just walks up to the bar and gives you a very friendly smile. You can tell the way she gives you a quick, glance up and down. She notices you're not necessarily in the absolute best of shape. But otherwise, she doesn't say anything about it. She's very polite and, straightforward.
I forget. Did I get a, cane to be used temporarily while I'm waiting for my new one to be made?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. Then I'll go hobble over to her and reach my arm. Helena, it's nice to meet you under better circumstances than last time. And who is this that you brought?
Of course, Roland. I'm pleased to get to speak with you a bit more in private. Nothing against Dominic specifically, but... And she just trails off without saying more words, but she gives you a soft little smile. She nods to the two men and says, "Oh, these are just a couple associates of mine. This is Brian," she says to her left, of a man of, a slightly taller height, good 6'2", short brown hair, average build. And then she nods to her left and says, "And this is David." And they both nod at you. I wouldn't even make you roll for it. You can kind of tell from the color in their cheek. They look like they're human.
Oh, okay. And I'll reach out and shake their hands. Probably a little bit stronger than what needs to for humans, but I'll just think he still doesn't like them.
Okay. Well, as a reminder, Helena isn't Setite.
What? Is she
No.
human?
No, she's kindred, but she is just
sorry,
working with Dominic on the party.
Yeah, you said it and my brain went somewhere else. Yes,
Okay.
but sorry, they are human, right, though? Her two little pals? Is that what you said?
Yeah, if you took a
Okay.
guess and thought maybe ghoul, you might be right.
Okay. Are they going to be coming around with us, or if you guys would like, you have free reign of the entire club?
Helena looks between the two of them with a, very tight but friendly smile and says, please enjoy our host's generosity. And she turns her head back to you saying, no, I don't need them with me. They just, as I said, a bit of travel companions. Make sure I get through the night safely.
Of course. And Roland will kind of bend out his arm so she could put her arm through it to escort her around the club.
And yeah, she definitely takes your arm, hooks it around. She's wearing a very nice, kind of high-end fashion outfit, like kind of a blazer, but a very light, flowy top, and some tight. They're like slacks, but they're very perfectly, tailored to her body. So she allows you to take her around, and you see her head just turning in each direction. It almost looks like she's measuring distances and looking at the decor as it currently is. You see her maybe you can feel her occasionally stop for a second and just looks towards the lighting, and you see her just nod and kind of mutter okay, that's and just pointing. It's all right.
Can I do a charisma roll of kind of just getting on her good side?
Absolutely. You
to
can
make an
do
impression.
charisma, and let me look at your sheet.
Probably helps if I have my sheet up too.
I just wanted to maybe give you a little bit of a... Okay, yeah, you can definitely use... If you want, you can do charisma and empathy. Or if you want to be showy, I'll allow performance. Although I think it's the same dots for you.
I mean, it's nothing showy. I don't think he's feeling in a showy mood.
Alright,
so
just
it'll
charisma
probably
empathy
be
then.
Something I'm decent at.
Alright, so you got 2 successes. So go ahead and speak to her, and yeah, you'll have 2 successes, so I'll respond with how she reacts.
And we've stayed around the bottom, right? We haven't gone up to the VIP area yet.
Yeah, she definitely wanted to get a full feel of the first floor. It's a decent-sized club, but so you can kind of see from one corner to the next, but she really wanted to actually walk around and see it from different directions and all that sort of thing.
Right. And I'm not sure if last time when you came with Dominic, have you seen the VIP area?
Helena shakes her head slightly. I believe it's upstairs, but I think we just stayed in around the lounge portion of the second story. If you would like to show me that, I'd be very interested.
I would love to, and I know we're here on business, but there's plenty of favors upstairs if you want to partake.
Oh no, of course, yes. I think I might just do that, little nightcap or something of the sort.
Of course. And Roland will kind of give her a smile and lead her up to the stairs.
Alright, so after you get upstairs, and the evening is progressing further and further as usual at the club, Thursday night's a little, not as, busy as Friday and Saturday, but there's a decent amount of people here, and even a couple kindred regulars you've started to got to know at least by face. You see them lounging around with blood dolls or their own herd that they dragged along. And so up on the second floor, she also begins kind of scoping out the area. This one's got a lot more room to move around. It's for people to actually spend some time with one another. And she sees that there's sort of a blocked off back room.
Say that again? No, the very last part.
She sees that there's that sort of like blocked off back room, like a room that juts out from the wall.
And I notice her seeing it.
Yeah.
Would you like the full tour?
Yes, please.
And I'll go stubble my way over there, arm in arm with her.
Oh, you poor thing. You can feel her like she notices you have like this little bit of a more weak step. So in no demeaning manner, she just kind of like keeps her arm tight on yours and walks with a pretty heavy, sturdy step. But once you reach the VIP room, she continues looking around, says, "So I should, as we're going through the area, explain a little bit more about the traveling succubus club. I imagine you'd be more interested in knowing what to expect."
Yes, I'm sorry I'm so ignorant of it. Apparently everyone's heard of it, so yes, please fill me in.
Depends on who you consider everyone, but the Succubus Club, it used to be a actual brick and mortar place in Chicago. It was quite famous for a very long time and had quite a storied history for both kindred and kind. As the original proprietor, and she kind of trails off a little bit, lost ownership of the club. Those of us that were otherwise invested decided it was maybe better to try something a little new, something a little innovative, so we just took the name and we ran with the idea of moving the club from place to place so everyone could enjoy it, and not just those in the area or those who occasionally travel outside of their cities. There's so many kindred that get rooted down to the ground. So we like to find new and interesting clubs, and we throw... She kind of waves her hand. Almost like a carnival. There's attractions and people with certain talents, you know, maybe even actually a few jugglers and fire swallowers or something of the sort. But we always try to do something a little special so each city gets to feel like it was their own succubus club for a weekend.
Roland will just make sure that she knows that he is giving her all his attention, constant eye contact, things like that, and that he's paying attention. To be honest, it's smart. We, as I'm sure you know, we don't travel around a lot, and it makes sense that a club travels around. I can see that being very lucrative. That's very smart of you.
Oh, it is. Kindred come from all around, excited to hear that we're moving through. Although we also try to keep it a little low-key, or you might have kindred beating down your doors to get in.
Well, as you see, the club is obviously big enough to handle, and we've had our fair share of rowdy parties, so maybe you can bring something new, but we've had our experiences.
She nods this time with a much larger smile and says, "Yes, of course, I heard a club owned by a Brujah had recently opened in town, and of course that is the first place I wanted to stop."
It's almost a welcome surprise to hear that you've heard of it. I didn't know word spread around that quickly about it, but yes, it was something to be seen for sure.
Well, there's always... there can be trouble with a club that not only caters to kindred, but especially ones that cater to both. So I think you've got a bit of an interesting reputation, to say the least. But I heard many good things.
Well, I'm hoping more good things than bad things. But and we're in the room now with the blood dolls and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it, so I mean, we haven't talked about it, but is there a gesture to make them all like kind of line up and say what they have, kind of a thing? Or
Lucille would pretty much be your girl for that, because she's one of your socialites. Tina is also a socialite, but a little more for like that Anarch Bruja style. Lucille is the charmer and the wild one that can get things put in order the way you want them. So Lucille was around earlier watching your fight, and she decided to hang out by the bar on the second story.
Is she within eyesight, or are we in a different room than her?
No, there's a small bar on the second story, just near where that VIP room is, and she's actually just sitting there.
Gotcha.
So Lucille, the pale Malkavian with the white girl dreads.
Yeah, if I could get her attention to come over here, just like a hand signal kind of thing. I'm assuming she's looking for clients to sell the blood dolls to, so if I get her attention.
And that's her job. So yeah, she sees you like raise your hand and like kind of wave her over. So she hops off the bar stool she was sitting on and makes her way over to you and says, "Hey, what's up, boss?"
Hi. Who's the girl who I'm fucking leading around? What's her name?
Helena.
Helena, thank you. Lucille, this is Helena, Lucille. Please, Helena, anything that you want, tell Lucille, and we can probably acquire it for you.
Lucille reaches out a skinny, pale hand and shakes Helena and says, "Yeah, of course, that's kind of my job around here. You looking for anything specific?" And Helena gives her a nod and says, "I think by the end of my visit here, I can give you a short list of a couple things, but generally, like a carnival, we sort of supply everything we need. We sort of move in, set up tent, and we can take it all down in no time."
Helena, I meant more for the time being, right now.
"Oh, of course." Helena nods and looks back at Lucille. She seems to think about it for a moment, as if like looking over a menu, just sort of thinks about it, and then nods her head a little. "Actually, you know what? I don't want to loosen up too much, so just a good drink would be fine. Just something maybe aged in a barrel." So Lucille kind of laughs at her response and nods. She will kind of sneak around and take her arm out of Roland's and lead her off towards a small little half-moon booth that has a couple girls sitting chatting with cocktails in front of them.
Whatever happened to the werewolf blood sample that we got? It's like somewhere in my like actual living quarters, right?
Yes, Dominic gave you 2 small samples, and you obviously have like a fridge down in your apartment, so that's probably where I imagine you would have stored them, unless you just let them rot.
Yeah. I'll, after Lucille drops Helena off at that chick, I'll wave her back over.
Alright, so after Lucille spends a couple minutes getting Helena introduced to a couple of the blood dolls sitting at that table, and Helena, slides in, looking very friendly and charming herself, Lucille sees you wave again and practically like hops over a couple chairs to get back to you. "What's up?"
I need you to run down to my basement, whatever you want to call it, and inside of my fridge there is a sample of blood. I need you to come rush that back up to me if you could.
Yeah, sure. Anything else?
No, as quick as possible would be fine. This fucking I hurt, and I just need to fix it.
She snaps a finger gun at you and says, "Got it," and runs off.
Awesome. I'll sit there waiting for Helena to do her thing.
Felix, you are still down, I believe, on the first floor at the bar?
Oui.
Alright, and you had gotten a large Bloody Mary, as the code word tends to be around the bar. Are you looking to do anything in specific here at the club, or you, because you'll see in a moment Lucille running down the stairs and looking like she's kind of off on a mission.
Do I know who's visiting? I don't even know if the conversation came up in front of you.
No, so you would have just kind of seen this woman show up, meet with Roland, and wandered off upstairs.
So basically, I have no idea who she is, and makes me want to say sorry even more to her.
Oh, she had an important client.
What time is it?
It's about middle of the night, so it's definitely after midnight, probably close to 2, between 1 and 2.
So there's only like a good 4 hours of nightlife left.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what he could do with it. Now he's kind of like that. Trying to think. Come back to me on that.
All right.
Okay.
All right, no problem. But you do see Lucille, who had been watching your business earlier, seems to go rushing off through the first floor of the club and out the front doors.
I guess that is kind of strange. You know what? Fine, I'll follow her.
Okay. So you move from the bar, keeping an eye on Lucille as she goes running through the bar, first floor, out the door. And if you go out and see her, you'll see her take the immediate left turn outside the door that kind of is where you understand, like, the way everybody seems to go to head to Roland's apartment.
Right. The elevator or whatever.
If you follow her, 1 second.
Sure. I'm not trying to be sneaky or anything. I'm just
Okay, but then, like, she just,
curious.
like, hears your footsteps, so she's gonna stop, turn back, see you, and say, "Oh,
Bonjour.
Sorry, what's your name again?"
Felix.
Right, and she realizes kind of that you were a follower. Is there anything I can do for you? Are you going downstairs too?
Oh, no, I mean, I was seeing, do you need any help?
No, Roland
I'm in a
just...
very helpful mood.
Well, I mean, it's just Roland asked me to grab something from downstairs. I mean, it'll be a tick. Unless you just want to follow?
I want to try to do something useful, so sure.
Sure, you can help me carry up a small bag. And she starts walking off a little quicker. When she arrives at the elevator door, she'll start putting in the passcode. And after the elevator arrives, she'll actually put a hand out for you to enter first.
Thank you.
Of course. And so she'll step into the elevator and head down to the basement floor where O'Connell and Clementine still are. Lucille's Lucille's gonna step out and put her hands up with a bit of a like joking tone and be like, "Don't worry, no Setites, just grabbing something." O'Connell rolls her eyes and almost like kind of slightly hands on Clementine's hips, like to keep her like sitting where she is. So Lucille goes looking around for half a second, sees a small refrigerator, runs over, opens it, and then you see her brows furrow in confusion.
Something wrong?
And she'll look over at O'Connell. O'Connell will give her still like a confused look and a shrug, just meaning like, I don't know what you're looking for either. And she's gonna take out a small pack that looks like a miniature blood bag and kind of look it over. Have you guys? Are they like snack size now?
Felix knows what that is, I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh. What's he having you grab that for?
He said he was in pain. I figured he wanted some blood. I don't know why he didn't just take some out of a blood doll, but he said he wanted this stuff.
Yeah, it's a new type of blood.
She's gonna stand closing the door, holding the cold blood pack in her hand, which really just like barely takes up the size of her palm. Go, a new type of blood? What are you talking about?
Have you ever been to those convenience stores? They have two, 3 numbers, like 6, 12, or 7, 8. I don't. Those convenience stores.
Yeah, convenience stores. What about them?
Have you seen those kids with those 4-hour shots? I think maybe 6-hour shots. The
little
those
energy
energy
things?
things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like blood energy thing.
O'Connell is looking more and more just like, the fuck is going on? And Clementine, as Gen kind of like gets up and wants to like go and talk to the people there, and she just kind of one arm hugs her around the waist, says, No, we weren't done talking, Clementine. Lucille looks back over and goes, oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, just gotta get this to rolling, and she'll quicken her pace back to the elevator.
Felix will stay, actually.
Okay. She's, so she'll, notice that you're staying and be like, is there anything else I should know about this?
Just give it to Roland.
Got it. And she's gonna get up in the elevator and head back up to the club. O'Connell is going to just stare at you silently.
Bonjour.
Yeah, is that shit?
Yeah, that's that sheet.
Uh-huh, right. So,
Yeah.
why does Roland want it? Oh, right, of course. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. Well. Yeah. So I was actually wondering now that you're here.
Yeah?
But and he's like looks at Clementine, looks back to her, thinks about his decision to say certain things. About the Setites.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, you probably have an ear to things about them. I'm just wondering how much you know about them, honestly.
O'Connell pulls out her little handy-dandy tablet that she's maxed out with her extra special computer skills and pulls up a video game and hands it to Clementine.
Here, hold on, I need to talk to this guy for a second, just see if you can beat my high score.
And Clementine looked annoyed and like put off like a little kid being given just a toy to play with at first until the challenge was made. And she goes, I can beat it, I beat it before. So she starts playing the game on the tablet, and O'Connell, who'd been sitting by the desk in Roland's apartment, gets up and walks a little closer to you to speak at a more modest tone.
What do you want to know?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what might even be happening here. Just tensions are getting high, and I'm pretty okay at figuring out things, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
So are the Nosferatu, so
Yeah?
I'm curious if I would be overlapping information that would be redundant at this point. So,
You mean about them?
not general information, but like I don't know, how do they get their money in the city? What would hit them where they hurt? What are they vulnerable to?
Oh, you mean you'd go out and try and find this information?
Yes.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure Benny's already gotten some of the stuff for Roland. I honestly haven't been keeping up with it as much. I'm not really interested. I really don't think Roland or any of these guys should be fucking with them like they are. But I mean...
And she just like shakes her head, realizing like suddenly maybe she should have paid a little more attention.
Look. I don't know exactly what he's planning, what they're thinking. I just, yeah. As far as you getting more information, feel free to do whatever you want, but, I don't know exactly what more there is to get. They're pretty good about keeping their own shit secret. We can totally get in there and get what we want most of the time, but I mean, it's like a cult. Can't necessarily get in that inner temple unless you're in it.
Yes, but maybe a small animal could.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Oh. Wait, you can work with them?
yes.
O'Connell nods and actually gives you a pretty big friendly smile, full of large, jagged, snarly teeth.
I've got a couple of my own, but they're a bit big nowadays.
Oh, like how big?
2 rats. About,
She thinks about it for a second.
I don't know, small to medium dog size?
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, I don't usually come outside the sewers.
Could I have Candlestick on me, or did I put him down somewhere?
I think you had him in your bag, just told to chill out.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I have this little guy.
You definitely have him because you haven't stayed anywhere else yet. You've been staying at Roland's.
Yeah, search around. Oh, there's that lump. And he pulls out little Candlestick. This is Candlestick. I kind of found him in front of the sewers, and, well, I kind of saved him in the sewers, too. So, from some very nasty-looking rats, so...
Oh, he's a cutie.
And she reaches out a long, clawed finger and, kind of, scratches its chin. The rat just seems immediately to like O'Connell.
Fair enough. Oh, he likes you.
Yeah, I've always had a weird kind of affinity with them.
I only recently realized I did. At least to some of them.
Fair enough.
But this guy could probably get in there. I mean, it is a city. I heard they're full of these things. At least that's the impression I get. In the subways.
Yeah, they're pretty much everywhere.
All I know
Especially
is
dark, dank corners and basements.
Well, where do cultists like to hang?
Good enough point. I mean, we know where their haven is.
I mean, a couple of these guys. I don't know if I want to use poor Candlestick here, but a couple of these guys might be able to find something out. Especially if you say you're the size of dogs, that would probably get eyes.
Yeah, they're better for different kinds of missions.
Yeah, mine tend to just get drunk.
What?
It's alcohol. It's no. Sorry. Tremere things.
Whatever.
I like how Felix can just explain things as Tremere things. So a couple of these in a good night worth of information might be able to figure something out. Stuff that requires actual eyes to see.
That's a good point.
I can even give them instructions too.
Well, you got more than one of these?
No.
Ugh.
I kind of live in the corner. Right there. I don't have those. I think if I had a collection of them, there would be complaints.
Look, I can get us more.
It's just something to think about. I don't think anything's happening tomorrow. I don't remember. But if we had some time, something I could do, especially as I recall, you guys are very good with the interwebs.
Yeah, that's generally my job. At least for who needs it.
So maybe we could use some of that knowledge between the two of us?
She crosses her arms and nods.
Yeah. Think we could definitely make something work.
Yeah, if we're about to do something stupid, we might as well do something stupid without a blindfold.
Yeah, of course. Go send someone else looking first. You know, like those drones that they use nowadays.
What's a drone?
It's like a little robot. You can send it in small places and with cameras.
That's a thing.
Yeah, they got flying ones too.
Oh. Uh. That's like telling me there's flying spiders.
That's actually what they kind of look like.
Ow, no. Mm.
There's 2 songs.
No flying spiders for me.
All right, real quick, let's check in with, I believe, Nate and Kim, you are still at the hospital?
Yes.
Yes, I had just come down from talking with my friend. I was like, well, he gave me the week off next week, so that's good to go. I was basically going to kind of get back to work to finish out the day and then leave, unless Nate has a thing to say.
If you kind of have, I'm not sure where exactly we left off, but if you're kind of reassuring that, no, I'm fine, we can talk later, Nate really wouldn't have anything else to say because, you have the week off and everything, so we can get back to that later this week, but he'll move on to other things he has planned for that evening.
No, yeah, please. Absolutely. I really don't. We finished this, and that's pretty much what I had on my plate today, so.
Well, please let me know if you need anything, but I'm going to reiterate and say that I think that having a night off would be great for you, and we should do something tomorrow night, maybe get Angel involved or something, and go out and forget about all of this.
That sounds good. Yeah, I have the next week or so off, so, or at least I hope so.
Well, I'll touch with you later, but I have a few other things I need to take care of, so I will get back with you, I guess, tomorrow evening, around after dusk.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, really.
Thank you. You take care.
You as well.
And with that, I'm going to head to Roland's club.
Then let's check real quick with Angel. I believe you are still sort of just getting through the night with work.
I just got through, or I just got finished with a call from Felix, and he has asked me to make a cane sword for Roland, and I think that is what I am working on. And it's not going to be a great sword, but it will be capable of cutting and stabbing.
You have max crafts, so just go ahead and, I mean, it's technically a downtime thing, but let's actually give me an initial 3 rolls as if it was an extended roll to see how you do throughout the night working on that cane. How does your mechanical aptitude work? Let me check that.
That is specifically with machinery, so it does not help.
I mean, you're going to be using machinery to probably make it. Unless you're just hammering something.
I think offhand that it's when working on machinery, not working with machinery.
That works, that's fine. Alright, but yeah, just give me dex and crafts. Let's see what you get.
And you said 3 rolls?
Yes, please give me 3 in a row.
Okay, 4.
La-di-da.
4, 6, and 7.
Looks like Angel found a new hobby. Alright, we'll check back in a little bit later. I just want to make sure we saw where Angel was on Thursday night. Let's real quick head back to the club then to essentially wrap up Thursday night, since Ike is already kind of on Friday evening, morning. Alright, so Roland is still up in the club. Lucille comes running back up the stairs, wherever you sat yourself. She has it, like, inside her jacket pocket, and sits down and kind of hands it over to you, with look on your face that is very much curious.
He'll kind of like take it in his hand, not holding a cane, and kind of like bite it open a little bit. What?
Did nothing. I was just curious as to what it was. Felix said it was something new, and she kind of like waggles her finger around like the size of it. Like, I've never seen one in a bag like this.
Sorry. To be fair, well, there's only one way to find out, I guess, and he'll kind of just down the whole thing.
All right. Let me get my notes pulled up for where I saved all that nonsense.
Yeah, making you work.
Yeah. Good thing I did this before, except now I have to find where the hell I put it.
While we're waiting for Spira, if we are, what is the inside of the Rebel's Kiss look like, Jar or Bear?
I think it's pretty modern. I didn't want it to be blade like or anything like that. I think it's just like a modern average day club, but kind of like on the higher end of like a New York scene kind of a thing.
Right.
I think I have a picture we decided worked pretty good for it.
Yeah, you did.
I would like to see that because I have minimal interactions with Roland, but I'm making something for him. So I've been to the club a couple times, and I'm probably gonna loosely base it off of the club.
I'm having trouble locating it right now, and I want to finish this thing with the werewolf blood, but during our break I'll find it.
Yeah, I think it's very modern, sleek looking kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot of black lined furniture with some chrome and then like accents of red. So the red isn't too garish, but it definitely gives like a modern, slightly gothic look to it. Okay, right, so you drank this small amount of blood. It seems like, as you understand, like quarter of a pint, or what systematically would be like quarter of a point. But you feel like you just drank a full pint of blood from a very, very healthy individual. The taste was kind of intoxicating, and you definitely have sort of a very upper high at the moment. You feel a little bit more invincible, you feel a little bit more, strong, and you feel like your beast's a little more happy in your chest. As far as the aggravated damage goes, because you just drank something very special and has basically higher qualities for vampires, I'll take one off, because normally it's supposed to be 3 in a night of human blood, so I'll take one off. You're at 3 now.
I'll take that. That is something else. And he'll. How am I feet? Like you said, upper. So mentally, he's more energized. But like
cocaine-ish, speed-ish.
Okay.
I haven't taken them myself, so I'm just going off of what I understand them to be like.
Pain-wise, though, is he still needing the cane? Is he still feeling hurt? How's he feeling physically?
You're gonna still be in pain, but I would say just that like a sort of adrenaline thing of like you can kind of ignore it a little more, at least for a little while.
Gotcha.
Maybe a scene.
He'll still use the cane and everything, but he'll be happy that it's better. This is too much. This could. Tomorrow is going to be something else, I tell you.
Lucille just kind of laughs. What the hell is in that?
Well, I guess you might as well hear it from me, but don't go spreading it around too much. It's
Yeah, I got a boss.
It's werewolf blood.
Lucille's eyes widen at that, and she's got like a crooked smile, like surprised and just like kind of just what? And she just like kind of looks around real quick.
how the hell did you get a hold of some? That stuff's super rare.
I know, right? Yes, and it's Dominic. He's forcing us into selling it, and that part's not important. What is important is that we have it. That is what is important. We will be the only ones who have it. And oh God, when we get it tomorrow, just come and I'll make sure that you get some too.
Yeah, okay, that sounds cool. I won't say anything, but like, whenever you need me to push it on the right client, I'll be more than happy to do so.
He's kind of just like he's feeling energized. Like he just drank a lot of Monster and coffee.
Oh yeah.
But he turns to her and tomorrow is the party, right? Or is it night?
Yeah, so Helena was still looking around. If you ask her, which she's just gonna like come back and give you some more details anyway, slightly downtimed. The idea is that the party starts tomorrow. It's at its full height on Saturday, and then like there's a curtailing off on Sunday.
We do not push this onto the set. We just whatever you can do, make sure they don't get a drop. If they ask for it, I don't know. Think of something on your feet. It's that blood bag is busy or it's been drained, and then push booze, heroin, some downers on them. I don't need a club full of Seti hopped up on this. I need them to be drowsier and. You understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. All right. Cool.
With kind of a pep in his step, he'll start caning over to Helena.
All right. Perfect. So yeah, Helena looks like she's been flirting and having a little fun with the two women that were in the booth, and the one looks a little more drowsy than the other, the one that she's actually sitting right next to. But as she sees you approach, she looks up smiling and says, "You look a little refreshed. You get yourself a drink?"
Yes, I did. Is there anything else I can show you around to, or are you all finished?
Helena gets herself out of the booth and shaking her head as you ask, says, No. I've seen the place a couple times now. I've gotten a good feel for the layout. I know exactly what I want out of my people, and as long as we're still in agreement for the club, you'll make plenty of money for it.
That's all I need to hear. Is there anything you need from me?
No, and she'll like look over your shoulder at Lucille and be like, and I'm going to get the number of your employee here, and if I do need anything, I'll let her know. But as far as I can think, I believe I have everything in order myself.
Perfect. Well, if you would like, please. The club is open late. It is yours. You and your traveling partners. I need to go run some errands and check in on my child. So if you don't mind, I need to go.
Of course. I think I will head out myself, get some final arrangements in order. I have plenty enough ghouls that might actually come by during the day and get everything set up, so there's nothing to worry about.
Perfect. And he'll reach out a hand to shake.
She shakes your hand, and you kind of seem like she notices you're definitely in a slightly better shape than a little earlier, and gives you a very like kind of side smile, and with a very like curt nod, she just walks over to Lucille, and you see them exchange information.
Perfect. I will go straight downstairs.
All right. You head downstairs, and well, just before you do, Felix was still speaking with O'Connell. They continue making some plans about tomorrow night.
We.
Did you have anything more you wanted to say to her?
So, do you know what the plan is?
O'Connell shakes her head slightly. No, Getting back to being Nosferatu. I know that there's some party happening this weekend, but I'm not sure about the rest.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I guess maybe I should ask Roland. That would probably make sense to what we should target.
Of course, but, so yeah, the rats, are you thinking of going to the Havens, or are you thinking about sending them out during the party? I don't think that's gonna be so good with a bunch of socialites.
Oh, no, not at the party. That would be probably not go well. The ghosts might be more effective there, but, no. What?
But, never mind, what were you saying?
No, I meant in, like, their part. You know, you find a rat that's just ick.
Yeah.
You know, it's not suspicious, if you will. At least, I think so. I mean, I guess if you see, like, 30 of them, that would be very suspicious.
Yeah? I mean, maybe save the sewers. They do sometimes travel in packs. But yeah, outside of that, it'd probably be pretty troublesome.
Are the Setites in the sewers?
No. No, they're sort of hoity-toity, usually have a pretty nice haven. I've seen pictures of the place.
So, one rat, maybe two.
Yeah.
Or that would cause some suspicion there. I wonder if it works on mice.
So after another minute or so, Roland, you hear the elevator moving, and Roland steps out.
Roland is just like, we can hear the bass of the music through the ceiling, right?
Yes, which, yes.
And what is it? What does it sound like? Oh, there
It sounds like the song.
Roland comes out with a little bit of like, he's dancing a little bit with his, like, he's moving, he's grooving. Oh, what are you two doing down here? He'll give you guys a smile.
Well, coming up with ideas.
He's going to walk towards Sunshine. And you, what are you? What plans are these? Don't you roll? What are you rolling for?
I love that stats. Don't you roll? Excuse me, I was talking.
O'Connell just gives you a look up and down, notices your attitude and how much more fluid you seem after helping you get changed a little earlier. It's,
Fine, we're,
she looks at Felix.
just trying to see what we can do to help.
Felix, how close are you to her? Like in
Not whispering distance, but low talking distance.
Like a yard.
Okay. So
Whatever that is.
Roland's gonna walk up. He's going to if we could do this in a nice fluid motion, he's going to move you out of the way just with one hand. He's going to throw his cane off to the side, and he is going to plant one of the biggest kisses he can on Sunshine.
I'm good for all of that unless Felix specifically wants to have some sort of reaction.
Oh, no, he can have what he wants. He's fine.
And so O'Connell is going to have a very, like, kind of mixed reaction of, like, pushing at your shoulders, but not really, but also, like, you can see, like, her head turning to where Clementine is, and then, like, eventually she's actually gonna, like, push you back.
Roland, what the hell are you doing?
I feel amazing. God, where is Nate? We need to have a meeting with Nate. We need to have a meeting with Kim. There's so much stuff we need to do right now.
She's gonna keep her hands, like, tight on your shoulders, like, kind of keeping you grounded and go,
Yeah, we're, Felix and I were making some plans about that, for first thing tomorrow night. Definitely need to get everybody together, but, I was texting a couple of them, and, they seem to be a little bit busy tonight, so we're making plans.
Who were you texting?
Nate and Kim, it's me, you know, I'd get anybody's phone number.
That's true. And did you, Nate's sire, did you text her as well?
Claudia, right? I'll
Yes.
get a hold of her.
I'm pretty sure I was supposed to tell her exactly what he could do, and he kind of like moves a little awkwardly, like he's in a little bit of pain, and he'll kind of put an arm on Felix. Felix, you're an asshole. I'm not sure if I haven't told you that.
Yes.
At this point, Clementine puts down the tablet she was holding, is like fully like just head kind of cocked, watching what's going on.
Hey, Roland,
I am Canadian.
yeah, how about we go on, a little walk for the night. I'll have to stay, you know, kind of near shadows, but let's go outside and get you some fresh air.
Sunshine, do you want to go outside?
Yeah,
Come on, let's go. And she's gonna like start like kind of pushing him with his back, and she's gonna look over her shoulder at Felix and mouth, you know,
baby sit.
But
Oh,
my
no,
cane.
Felix already had a thumb up. He knew.
It's fine, I'll carry you. Come on, let's get some fresh air.
He'll wrap his arm around her shoulders and go with her.
all right.
So, did you beat his high score? Or her high score, excuse me. That you can leave it there.
Clementine, after you say that, looks down at the tablet and goes, "Crap!" And she grabs the tablet back up and starts poking around really fast. Alright, unless anybody else had anything for Thursday night, I'd like to wrap it up and move along. O'Connell will babysit Roland for another hour before he starts to come down. And once he starts calming down a bit, she's going to, grab his shoulder, look at him a bit more seriously.
Did you drink that shit?
He's not feeling the effects anymore.
Yeah, like, probably still a little, up. Like, the wounds maybe aren't consciously affecting me as much, but he's not going to feel, high anymore.
Gotcha. But he's not feeling. I'm not sure. Is there a down with vamp or werewolf blood?
Your beast is still going to be, pretty active. So, for a while, you're in danger of frenzy. But, yeah, you're okay now.
Wait, I'm in danger of frenzy?
You're at an increased danger of frenzy if you drink werewolf blood.
Oh.
That's the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a down. Okay.
Yeah.
Werewolves operate off of rage.
That's why most everybody else in the group was like, there's werewolf blood in the city. A lot of it. Oh, no.
Yes, yeah, I figured it was something special, and I got hit with something special, so I figured it might help, and it did, and it very much so did.
O'Connell's shoulders slump a little bit and she sighs. Both of you kind of down a dark alley so she can, use her obfuscate if she needs to.
Fine, just, don't use that shit too much. I heard it's fucking addictive and it's not good for you.
What? Where are we? Are we still walking, or are we in an alley by ourselves?
Like nearby the club, but she was just trying to keep you busy.
Well, and he'll kind of give her a smile and a look. I heard that there's some other blood that I'm pretty addicted to, I'd say.
You're an idiot.
Fine. Yes, I won't indulge in it too much. I just needed something to get me by while I was with Helena.
Yeah, I understand. Come on, stupid.
And she's gonna grab the crook of your arm and walk you back towards the apartment.
He'll gladly go with her.
Huh?
He will gladly go with her.
Alright. quite late in the night because we got a late start, but let's have our little break and then we'll start Friday night. In-game time. So, just a few minutes, a bit of a break in case anybody needs to run, get some agua or anything like that. And anybody in the chat, if you've got any questions for our characters, go ahead and type them out, and everybody will be we'll get back to you. So just ask anything about PCs or what's going on in the setting if you're a little behind.
Free time. Time for activities and crafts. Everyone do what you need to do.
Super Bear, I'm not gonna lie, little bit excited about this cane. After I rolled so well, I'm a little bit excited about this cane, and I think you're gonna like it.
For Kane, but he'll kill you.
No, you're gonna like it. Like he starts off like he's gonna start off.
Pun! The All-Father, Kane! Fuck you! I'm leaving and going to get water now. Bye.
You're fired! No, like he's gonna start off having been like, whatever, it's a thing. I need to get my mind off of these thoughts. But then like he goes a little bit Toreador into it and gets really hard into it, and you're probably gonna get a really nice cane that is worth way more than the favor that Felix offered.
When you did those rolls and I said it, like, this is the day Excalibur is made. Like, you are going to be the lady in the lake giving King Arthur his sword.
To be fair, that is also the first time that I have this entire game, even prior to stream, made a crafts roll that is even remotely relevant to the story.
Yeah, but now word's out, so...
Right?
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "Man, where's this master weaponsmith?"
Ike's gonna be over there like,
but I didn't get this.
Spikes.
I didn't do this for free. I get a favor, and favors are a powerful thing to get.
Ike's just gonna be over there like, so no questions asked, but I need tentacle spikes.
It's like a Felix favor though, so like he's not gonna do well with it.
I've seen what he. Okay. Angel's not too dumb, and he knows what Felix is good at. He knows Felix is good at shocking things, and he can also just kind of finagle that Felix favor into a Tremere in general favor. And Felix may not be great at stuff, but the Tremere are very good at things.
That's true. I'm excited for it.
Oh, and it's helpful that you told me that you're going after the Setites, because I'm or not you.
I was gonna say I didn't tell you that.
Other people have told me that you got blood bonded, though I won't mention that.
I will say, as a character that is a drug dealer, everyone he comes in contact with just blabs everything right away.
And no, it's gonna be elegant as fuck.
I'm down. I'm hoping that there's some car attachments on there. Some, I want a shifter handle at least.
Like the Jaguar hood ornament is like the handle.
Exactly. If there's a little engine in it, that a little V8, I'll be happy.
No, this is specifically for Roland.
All right, I'll take it.
Like, it would have started off with a shifter handle, but then I rolled so well, and I'm like, nah, fuck it. The shifter, I'll save for later. I'm gonna make something for him.
The funny thing is,
he goes Toreador.
He's gonna be like, man, I haven't seen you in like months, and now you're coming up with me with this like amazing thing. Like, this is just did I do something? How did you hear about this? Like, it's just gonna be confusing.
Roland's gonna be like, wait, am I the asshole now?
Did I ask you to build this?
Surely not me.
Oh, well, I'm gonna give it to Felix, but he mentioned that it was for you, so.
Okay.
So I'm not even sure you'll specifically know that I'm the one that made it, though he probably is not gonna keep that secret.
Yeah, knowing Felix's big mouth, I'll know exactly where it came from.
So how about them dolphins?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I've actually been waiting a while to have an excuse to try out this werewolf blood to see what it's all about.
Right?
I made it season 2. Why not ramp things up?
For sure. To be honest, I had no idea that there are down effects of it, so that's...
And
I'm
that's
just-
not like amphetamines before combat. Like, here you go. We're gonna fight the
I
sets.
still
Take a nip
have-
of this.
If I remember correctly, I still have a single dose of werewolf blood sitting in the fridge in my room. Or
You have
my
a whole
office.
pint.
Yeah, you don't have a dose. You have a pint.
Oh, damn.
It was before they got cut.
Well, they got split. That's.
He just walks up like amateurs. Ah,
Yeah, but that would be exactly.
don't you already
as bad
frenzy
for me.
easily?
Yes.
Yes, that would be
You're just gonna, like-
exactly as bad for me as a Bruja.
You're gonna look at a wall and just be like, "Fuck it, triggered."
I have basically what boils down to exactly the Bruja clan flaw.
It's a flaw that any other clan can take because
Yeah.
it is the exact same weakness. So it's just like it just
Yeah.
says that Bruja can't
Unlike
take it.
prey exclusion, which is kind of like the Ventru, but not quite. Or there's like
It's the
a sensitivity
opposite.
light one. Yeah,
It's the opposite. The Venture can only feed off of
yeah.
whatever they choose as their thing. Prey exclusion is there's one thing you absolutely can't feed off.
No,
of.
that's what I'm saying. Is that there's a couple that are like kind of like flaws that but this one is basically exactly the Bruja clan flaw.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess that one's a little less unique because I did notice you can get a flaw of cast no reflection. And I was like, that's weird.
I always love the ones that are like affected by silver or running water or things
Those
like
are
that.
garlic. Yeah,
I swear, the only Rose has almost all of those. All of her flaws are traditional vampire thing. The only one that she did not take was can't cross running water because she lives in New York and that'd be problematic. If needs permission to enter a building was a flaw, she would have taken that one.
Oh
even
my
if
god,
she
that
didn't
isn't
get
a
anything out of
flaw?
it. No, it's not.
Actually,
No,
Fuck it,
that's
then
a
you
flaw
should make
now.
that a
We
flaw.
just
not-
made
Yeah,
it.
it's a
not in
flaw
the
now.
core book.
Fucking, that's a great flaw.
That's
Not
an
in the core
Such
book.
a fun
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Hey guys,
Not-
hey
not-
guys, guess what?
Okay.
Guess what?
Wow.
Pretty sure it's a change
Watch
going
chat.
on.
We lost chat.
Woo!
Good job, buddy.
woo!
Wanted to show that he was paying money for this shit.
Oh shit, you pay real money? Oh man.
Pay to play! Pay to play! I call shenanigans.
Yeah, guys, all our games are only open to subs, so Elvis, you gotta go.
Hey!
I love how Elvish is the. Yep, it's just Elvish. Elvis is
Yeah,
the one that.
we see you,
I don't
Zibs.
got
You
that
can only
money.
take one player out a week.
You're
All right,
next.
it would take me a minute to find it unless someone just posted it. But I'm almost positive there is actually one that is you have to like be invited in.
Not,
I'd have to find
not,
it. But...
not in the V20 core book. It might be in some variant book, but it is
yeah.
not in the core book.
Yeah, but I always invite stuff from all
Yeah,
the
no,
old things.
absolutely. But generally, when I'm making a character, it's easier to go through the core book just because it's easier and more trustworthy. I'm sure there is, but it's nice to just be able to scan through descriptions, which you can't really do anywhere else because it's just
Yeah.
links to the names, and I don't know what this name means.
Alright, let's get back to the game then. Everybody goes to bed nice and quiet and tucked in Thursday morning, and y'all awaken on Friday evening.
Wasn't Nate coming over to Roland's club?
Yes.
He was, actually, so let's... Okay, finishing up Thursday with Nate stopping by the club.
Okay.
You arrive at the club. By this time, I believe Felix would be down in the basement and Roland is being stolen away by O'Connell. So if you head down into the basement, you'll find just Felix and Clementine probably maybe standing awkwardly.
Oh no, he's fine. He knows how to
Having fun with Clementine?
Yeah, he's saying how she can't defeat him because he's never played. So he's undefeated. And Clementine is probably trying to push it on him to play it, and he'd be like, ah.
Yeah, that kind of logic for a 7 or 8 year old is gonna make her kind of mad and be like, no, that's not how it works. You have to
I can't be you unless you play. Yeah, but but like it's not that I haven't.
And she's gonna like point it in your direction. Here, you play it.
How do you play?
And that's what Nerd will walk out to. She's gonna come around to his side and start
sure.
showing him the rules.
Hey, is Roland here?
Not here.
Clementine's gonna look around the side of Felix.
He just went out with O'Connell for a bit.
For a bit. Will he be like 5 minutes? Do you know how long?
They took a walk. Because he needed a walk. And Felix will just he'll go over to Ned. It's like
He's a little high.
Without necessarily hearing what Felix says, Clementine's just gonna go,
He seemed kind of weird.
Gotcha.
he needed a walk. He needed to get away from people. That he says that out loud to everyone.
Well, I was hoping to speak to him about the, upcoming, what exactly are we calling it? The shindig with the Setites?
I don't even know what's happening. But I volunteered for it, so I kind of just go by the seat of my coat. Is that the expression?
Fantastic. I'll be back first thing tomorrow morning.
Sure thing.
And with that, Nate will leave if Roland's not in a state to have a serious conversation.
Just make sure that the sun's gone before the morning you cut. Never mind.
Roland, you apologize to Nate, making him have to wait a whole day.
I will profusely not do that.
So yeah, I'll just head back to Claude's and spend the night. Then we can get on to Friday.
Okay, Friday evening, as all of you wake, Ike, had already done a little bit of Friday. He had awoken, spoken with Father, and Father had just very curtly kind of explained, I need you to go out and continue your work, on your path. So Ike is now out on the town.
I'm probably gonna wait. Would I have woken up after everybody?
What was that?
I said, won't I have woken up after everyone now?
Yeah, I just
Later in the
wanted
day
to
at this point.
check. I just wanted to check in, so you're just gonna, yeah.
I'm just waiting here from everyone to see what's going on, because I know there was some hubbub, but I've been a little distracted after I talked to Claudia. Claudia hasn't gotten in contact with me. If she told Nate, Nate hasn't talked to me about it yet. So I'm probably just waiting for them to get a hold of me and checking out with a Big Dog about his drug dealer problem and see if it got any better.
Alright, we will check back in with you, meeting up with Big Dog in a moment. So let's actually see, Roland, is you're kind of the ringleader of this shindig. You wake up in your basement apartment. Felix is still crashing there, unless you kicked him out.
No.
O'Connell and Clementine are also with you, but otherwise just the four of you in the basement.
Yeah, he'll kind of. Everyone else is up, you said, or no?
And
Yes.
before Roland wakes, I dismiss my ghost friend.
I'll kind of look at my phone and send a text message to Nate and Ike and tell them that it's meeting time at my place and to bring Claudia to Nate. Because we keep going over there and I'm sick of it. She can travel a little bit. She can come to my place.
To his privilege.
Hashtag not my primogen.
Sassy.
We'll keep
She's
that
the
in
best
mind.
damn Primogen you ever had.
That's true. She's
You
pretty
almost
good.
made me spit. You almost made me waste beer with that one. I almost hated you.
But yeah, I'll just send them the text message being like meeting at my place ASAP.
Alright, so back at Claudia and Nate's.
So my plan was basically the moment I wake up, I'm getting things ready, putting together a bag, on my mask and everything, and waiting for Claudia to wake up and going, we're going to Roland's ASAP. Probably because I'm expecting, do both of us wake up before Roland?
Yeah.
Then we're probably already on the way over to his apartment before he even texts.
So as you and Claudia get ready, you can see her kind of pacing a little bit back and forth as she does when she's got a lot going on in her mind, and you can even kind of tell the way she keeps glancing toward her bedroom. She's trying to decide if she brings weapons or not.
Claudia, if you're debating what I think you're debating, I would recommend bringing them.
She gives a big sigh, just nods and says, even if we just store them in his department, I guess, just better to have them. And she'll click off with her shoes just real fast into her bedroom. You hear the door that opens to the back extra area of the apartment open, and you just hear all the clacking of metal, being gathered up and put into a big duffel bag.
Did you forget any of them, Claudia?
There's a bit of a pause, and just, shut up! So, Claudia, after a little while, comes out of her bedroom with a duffel bag over her shoulder. The clacking has been a bit muffled. She obviously put, something in between them so it wasn't so obvious. But she has what looks like a pretty heavy bag hanging off of her shoulder.
Well, I would like to get there as soon as possible, we only have so much time before festivities begin, and I would like to be as prepared as possible.
Of course. And she looks around her apartment as if she's worried she's forgetting something. Is there anything else we need?
Not unless you have any stash of, say, blood or drugs or friends, one thing or the other.
Blood. And she immediately pulls out her cell phone and texts Kim if she can potentially get them a decent stash of provincials and head over to Roland's club to meet her there. And adds a note at the end, cost isn't a problem, I can take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess she has to make a quick stop by work on her day off to go get that.
Just in her Hawaiian shirt. Don't mind me.
Yeah, really right. So for once, hold on.
There you go.
She is not in her lab coat for frickin' once. She doesn't really wear jeans though. She still wears nice slacks. But yeah, so I guess she swings by and goes to go get it. And then comes back because they said to go to Roland's club.
Yeah, to the basement apartment.
She'll show up there. She's only been there once when it opened, so now she's just okay. What is it? Does it look different now from when it was first opened, or?
If you probably I imagine you would get dropped off outside the club because I don't think you even know about Roland's apartment. Nope. Claudia completely forgot about that because that's she's just thinking that's where she needs to go. So if you end up outside,
No, she would go inside and sit at a booth like she did the last time. So she doesn't know. Yeah, no.
I brought my own snacks. Alright,
Hold on, sorry. Did you say Kim was already there? Like she went there?
arrived.
she's gonna be heading there, so Claudia and Nate are heading to the club. She texts Kim. Kim is gonna be going to Mount Sinai first, and then making her way there. Roland, you wake up probably about the time just a little bit before these people are gonna be arriving, so as you text Nate and Claudia, they're gonna text back, like, on our way already.
Awesome. O'Connell, sorry about last night.
O'Connell just rolls her eyes.
Forget about it. When are these people supposed to get here?
Soon. They're supposed to get here soon. And about tonight, maybe here isn't going to be the best place for you and Clementine.
O'Connell nods her head slightly and goes,
I can agree with the second part, but,
if you want to change the codes and make sure that you guys are safe and you have proper, way of defending yourselves, then that's fine. You could stay by, but if not, maybe undisclosed place might be better.
She's going to turn her head towards Clementine and then sort of like bend down on her, bend her knees a little bit to get a little closer height.
Hey, Clementine, you, wanna go on a little trip, go see, Uncle Benedict?
And she lights up all excited, like, yeah!
He seems to be embarrassed that he even has to get to this point. Thank you for this.
She stands up and gives you just a silent nod, but then ruffles Clementine's hair and says,
Alright, we'll get a few things packed. We'll probably be, off for a good night. Get a couple extra outfits.
and then she's going to make a couple quick steps towards Felix.
Look, if I get you a couple, can you, take it from there?
Yes.
Right.
And hold on.
Roland.
Yes, Felix.
Do you have a flask and some vodka?
I
Containment.
I don't vodka. I have a whole bar upstairs, so that, yes, obviously I have. But as far as the silver containment, I don't. Spira, I'm assuming I wouldn't have any like pure silver cups at the bar or anything like that.
A flask.
Right. I think you said or silver containment.
No, some sort of container.
Oh, like any kind? Oh, I'm sure I have some kind of. Yes, I'm sure I have some kind of container upstairs. If you rummage around the bar, I'm sure you can find something.
Okay, I'll need a little bit.
Go for it. It's all up to you. Last night when I called you an asshole, it was I wasn't myself.
Huh? Oh, I am an
While
asshole.
you guys are having this
You're
conversation, O'Connell leaves to go upstairs real quick.
like I said last night, I'm Canadian.
I don't know what that means, Felix.
It's a joke because of Quebecian. We're asshole. Don't worry about it. Sorry, Canadian joke.
You know, none of us think you're assholes, right? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Go upstairs, help yourself. There's plenty of vodka and containers, I'm sure.
Sure. Thanks.
Felix, are you leaving at that time?
No, I can just.
I'm only wondering because you'll see O'Connell.
Sure, why not?
Okay, you take the elevator up and walk out into the alleyway, and you just hear O'Connell, like, finishing making some, like, chittering noises, and then as she does so, within about 30 seconds, you see a decent swarm of about 20 rats coming through the alleyway. She just turns and sees you and says, "It's about, I don't know," and she starts trying to count. 15, 22, 30, I don't know. Take a pick.
How am I going to contain all those?
You don't have to use all of them. It's just,
And she looks almost a little embarrassed for a second.
like I said, I'm good with rats.
I need a lot more vodka. Can you keep them here for a minute?
She actually kind of steps backwards, leans against the brick wall with her arms folded, and they just sort of settle down next to her.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So O'Connell stands quietly with her little nest of rats by her feet. At this point, Claudia and Nate will arrive, dropped off in a cab. One that is a sort of a trusted group that Claudia knows, so there is definitely no questions about the large duffel bag. And she steps out onto the curb, giving the outside of the club a bit of a look over.
Oh, I'm sorry, me?
No, Claudia and Nate got out of the cab, and but they would probably see you at least walking back into the club from around the alleyway.
Morning, Felix.
Bonjour. Sorry, in a hurry.
Nate will just raise an eyebrow to him and walk towards the back, leading Claudia down into the apartment.
Claudia starts rubbing one of her temples a little bit like...
Just leave the Tremere be.
Yes, I'm just... This is gonna be an interesting evening.
It'll be one to tell your kids about.
So Claudia and Nate head down into the basement apartment. With it being a very early Friday night, the club is just getting started, but there's actually a long line already starting to go outside it without the doors having been opened just yet. Music's moving though, but the bouncers, Caleb and Thor, are outside the doors and trying to just keep people contained, saying, you know, the Succubus Club's special gala event hasn't opened yet.
And I'm assuming the Succubus Club people have been coming in and bringing in whatever they needed to, all that.
Yes, as Helena mentioned before, she had some ghouls and other people that she could actually get to set up mostly everything necessary over the day, and she would just arrive herself a little bit later.
Sounds good. Is Modi, Nate down the elevator yet, or no?
Yeah, they travel down the elevator and the doors open to your apartment.
So, yeah, when I see them come in, thank you guys for coming so quickly.
Of course. Are you feeling better this evening?
Claudia walks over to the desk and just sets her duffel bag down, unzips it, and starts, like, double-checking that she packed everything.
How do I feel this morning? Is there any, like, hangover to the blood or anything like that? Or
No.
physically, I still feel like shit?
No, but you would feel the absence of it, because it really, like, riled up your beast, so now you just feel really normal again.
I feel really, really normal.
You know? Not a hangover, but, you know, an absence of a high.
Gotcha. I am feeling like shit, but I'm fine. I guess we have some planning to go.
Yes. First of all, who all have you called together for tonight? You probably should invite everyone who we trust to be here. The better, more the merrier.
I said Ike in my text messages, right? Nate and Ike.
Yeah, you said Ike.
Okay, good. You, Claudia, Ike, and Felix is doing something. I don't know. He said he needed vodka, so he's stronger than what I gave him credit for. But I don't know. He's doing something weird.
You did not mention Angel, though.
I'm getting to that.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know about Angel. I mean, like, I know of him.
Yes, but we have someone else coming by in a moment.
Hold on.
So-
Hold on.
Yeah.
So, but what about O'Connell or any of the other Nosferatu? I know you're close to her. Do you have? I mean, I'm just for something like this. I would like it if we had everyone possible to.
As much as I would like, actually would not. I can't risk O'Connell distracting me, and she happens to be a perfect babysitter choice for Clementine. So they're not going to be here. Benedict is out running his normal games, so no, I don't have them.
All right. Give me 1 moment. I have a call I need to make, and Nate will step off to the side and give Angel a call.
Angel, as you woke up in the day, I imagine you would have also, kind of maybe got back to work. If you kept some noise going on or went to at least speak with your ghouls, you'd be fine.
I am avoiding silence because that leads to bad thoughts. Probably the moment I finished this cane, which I put more work into than I expected, I would have texted Felix and let him know it was done. Like, I genuinely expected to just kind of, like, throw something together, and then the Toreador enemy said, no, okay, let's do this right.
Yes, that's how you got those successes. The Toreador in you. I like it.
So if he does text him, it'll be 10 minutes later. But
oh yeah, I'm not gonna hold on to the phone and wait. Like I've gotten used to that at this point.
There you go. All right, but Nate is calling Angel now.
Hello.
Hey, Angel. It's Nate. Are you? Do you have plans tonight?
Not specifically.
Nate will kind of again walk off to the side and just. Are you able to? Are you able to talk?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Listen, Listen, I'd like to have as many people as I can tonight watching my back, and can you do me a favor?
What did you get yourself into?
Say that again?
What'd you get yourself into?
It's not what I have gotten myself into, but what others have gotten themselves into, and this is for... Can you do me a favor? One for us, and... Listen, can you just meet me at Rebel's Kiss if you're free and available and willing? And I'd really be appreciative if we had your services tonight.
Sure. I'll let my people know.
Appreciate it. I'll be up there waiting for you, and we can discuss further when you get here. How long do you think you'll be?
I mean, if I need to be quick, I can grab my bike.
The sooner the better.
All right, then I'll grab my bike.
Thank you. Nate will just turn and look at Roland and Claude and just... I asked Angel to be here tonight. He's the one that I've spent some time with, and I trust him to do the right thing for the Camarilla, and since this deals with the Setites, I know he's one that we can trust to have our backs.
Roland kind of raises his eyebrow. The car guy, Angel Vargas?
Yeah, the car guy, but you know, I trust him in a fight.
I wasn't questioning whether we could trust him. I just thought he built cars.
Well, one way or another, at least another hand will be another hand, and he's always seemed a bit ready for something like this. And from what I hear about what he served during the war, this is exactly the type of thing that he has experience with.
I didn't even know he was in. It's not like I can be a beggar and a chooser at this point. So, all hands on deck, I guess.
Exactly. I'll be upstairs, but hopefully the two of you can arrange anything that needs to be figured out at this point. But I'll be upstairs waiting for Angel. I don't think he's been down here yet.
No, he hasn't. Yes, just bring nothing against your judgment, Nate, obviously, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but just make sure they don't see the key code when you come down.
That's fair enough.
Thank you.
And Nate will go up into the club and wait for Zabani, probably sitting with Kim if he notices her. If she's still just sitting there awkwardly
Kim is
with a
literally
cooler.
just sitting there in the bar, like waiting, like, oh, where did everybody go?
I wanted to
And
just
she
like
has
be.
stuff to
I wanted to
read.
just be
She's literally,
awkwardly.
like, she has like a Kindle and she's reading. Like
I just wanted her to be awkwardly hugging like an organ or organ donor like crate, just like.
no, yeah, it's like a wheelie. It's like a wheelie cooler, right? So it's just kind
like
of parked beside her, and then she's just kind of reading on a Kindle like a fucking dork.
Kim is so cute. Okay. Yeah, so Nate, if you go up into the first floor, Caleb and Thor know you, and they kind of know the situation vaguely. So they let you through, and you'll even hear, like, a bunch of people from the long line waiting outside be like, ah, come on, what the fuck? What's up,
I mean, if they were going to say something, Nate would have, like, walked up there like he had a purpose and was just like, no, I'm totally supposed to be in here, not even paying attention to the bouncers.
Felix is a terrible judge of liquid containment and has grabbed 2 bottles of vodka and is just running out. I got the vodka! And just runs out the door.
This is gonna go so good, guys.
It'll be sweet.
Oh my god, it's gonna go great. I
Can
have
we get
my
some
new
it's
character
gonna
ready.
go great, like, music? Exactly.
And here I was thinking of ELO or something.
No, definitely Benny Hill.
I feel like I had a good one.
I had something for this.
But I swear I had something for this.
There you go. That's some good, like, Scooby-Doo music.
Oh, god damn it! This is so awful.
I had that saved, and I don't know why. I just have it ready.
It's kind of
So good.
amazing.
It was like the next time you guys do some Scooby-Doo shit. Alright, so Nate, you see Kim sitting there with her Kindle reading something.
We'll just probably sigh and sit himself into the booth across from her.
Oh, hello.
Hey, do you not know that Roland owns the space below the club that...
Well, that would make a lot of sense. I wish someone would have sent me that. She, like, stands up in a little bit of a huff and, like, extends the
just,
roll
like-
thing from the with, like, a click noise.
Nate kind of motions like, sit back down. I'm waiting for Angel to get here. Just bear with me another few minutes till he gets here, and I'll take you both down there.
Sure. Yep. She sits back down and kind of clicks.
Does Kim have a drink in front of her?
Yes. Just a beer in a dark bottle. Like this. Obviously she hasn't touched it.
No, just as long. At least you have a drink in front of you. Thank God.
Yeah. No, she didn't just no.
Nate-
At this time, Ike will I just wanted to say that Ike will get the text.
Yeah, I'll head there and just I think I did get Big Dog's number, so I'll text him and ask him if his drug dealer problem got any better.
As you're walking towards the club, assuming you're still not using any sort of cabs or anything at the time, after a few minutes, you'll get a text back and it says, seems to have been cleared up mostly. Let's talk soon, though like half of it was misspelled.
Makes sense.
We can't all have 3 intelligence.
I'm just saying, drug bouncers probably aren't the smartest guys. He's a good guy though.
All right, and Nate, what were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. That I was just gonna, get like a glass of water or something. Pretend it was like, make it look like vodka, and go sit at the table with Kim.
So the bartender gives you a nod, gets you a glass of vodka, puts some ice in and a little lime, and then pushes it in front of you.
And the nice little cocktail straws. And now that's all I was just doing, is getting a drink or something to look like I... Not a sore thumb, and go sit with Kim and wait for Zabani.
Alright, as Nate and Kim sit quietly and maybe chit-chat a little bit, about another 10 minutes later, Angel shows up at the club, parking his bike. Yeah.
Did I get a response? Okay, Felix sent a response. What was it?
Oh, it says, can you meet at Roland's place? I know you have a vehicle and I don't.
Beautiful. So, damn. Yeah, so I will actually bring the cane. I will put it in the little slot that I used to use for my sword when I was in the war that hasn't had much use lately because that's a little bit visible. Because, hey, two birds, one stone.
Alright, sorry, I was double checking something. So you're heading there with the...
With the cane, because Felix asked me to bring the cane to the same place that I'm headed to anyway.
Okay, that's what I thought you were doing anyway. Right, so Angel gets on his bike, heads to the club, and has his parcel in tow.
Yeah. So I'll walk in. Cane probably wrapped, in like a clean cloth, because that's part of the reveal.
And if you head straight into the club and look around, you'll see Nate and Kim sitting quietly with a couple drinks in front of them.
I'll go have a seat.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up? Didn't realize you were coming too.
I got the invite.
It's one of those all hands on deck things, if we can.
Yeah, so what's up?
So Nate will lean in and just make sure his voice is low enough not to be heard, and kind of put his hand here in case anyone is good at reading lips or anything like that. He's a bit paranoid. We have some dealings with a few snakes that are moving into Cam territory, and we're ending the entire we're ending the bullshit tonight.
To be fair, I should have put that together knowing I was coming to Rebel's Kiss. Good thing I brought this.
What did you bring?
Felix commissioned something, and it might come in handy if that's what's happening tonight.
Either way, if you guys both don't mind, there's a apartment below the club where we're gathering, if you'll follow me.
All
right.
Nate will lead the way down to Roland's, and making sure that he properly blocks the keypad with his body. And just kind of, like, no offense, and types the keypad in.
Does Felix have rat friends now?
Yes, so O'Connell was still in the alleyway. Actually, so you would have had this taken care of while Nate, Angel, and Kim were meeting up. You'll go and meet up with O'Connell, who had the rats waiting very calm and quietly around her.
I get the vodka.
Okay, so what's that for?
It's so they listen to me.
How?
And she's gonna look a little confused and like see like she looks like she's calculating something.
Right, guess your kind does it differently than mine.
Yeah, we kind of just get them boozed up and then they start listening.
Huh. Well, I guess whatever works.
Yeah. It takes a minute, but if you're okay chilling here.
What was that?
He says it takes a minute.
Oh, I thought you said something after that.
If you don't mind chilling here.
Okay, yeah, that's what I missed. Yeah, so she nods and says, yeah, of course. And she kind of waves Vanna White style across the rats at her feet.
Take whichever ones you want.
Yeah. So Felix will just start doing. Does he have to roll for each individual rat, like the ritual, like how?
What was the roll?
It's probably an occult plus intelligence.
Right. Go ahead and roll once. We'll see what you get, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
That's my guess. Is occult plus intelligence. It seems like the rate.
It's fine.
That is correct.
Two.
I'll say then if you didn't want more than 2 rats, you'll be able to get 2 rats. Depends on if you wanted more, though.
This might be all we need if we're going over to their spot, but I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do tonight. Probably should have gotten the plans first.
O'Connell shrugs a bit and just says,
If that's all you want, I can send these guys home.
Let's just say those 2. I always got candlestick if I need a third.
Alright. I would, ask you maybe, not send them directly into suicide missions, though.
and
No.
one is gonna like run up her side and like over her arm, and she's gonna like give it a little pet.
No. They act still, like they don't want to be found,
Good.
They still have their instincts. I mean, I saved poor Candlestick. Got attached to.
So at that point, Nate, Kim, and Angel around the corner and see the 2 of you and still a small pile of rats. She didn't send them off yet.
Bonjour.
Howdy.
And Felix will put 2 of the rats on his shoulder.
The fuck?
Nate will just kind of glance at it, cock his head, and keep walking past them towards Roland and Claude.
O'Connell gives Nate a large smile.
They're outside, I think, still.
Huh?
Are they outside, or...?
They were coming down the alleyway as you 2 were talking.
Okay. Just make sure.
As I pass Felix, I will hand him the wrapped up cane.
Oh, dang, that was quick.
Amatoria. It tends to happen.
That's a fair stereotype. They're all downstairs. Do we want to... Well,
I guess we're going down there anyway, so...
Yes.
O'Connell waves a hand, makes a couple little like chittering sounds, and the rest of the rats disperse quickly, and she follows, tailing all of you downstairs.
Okay.
So as you all arrive in the apartment, O'Connell will just walk around you guys and head off on her own. Make sure that Clementine has all her things gathered. She, again, kind of bends on her knees and, like, talks to Clementine a bit quietly, ruffles her hair a little bit, and then stands back up with an arm around her shoulder.
Alright, come on, let's go see Uncle Benedict. Oh, by the way, Clementine, totally call him that.
Roland will kind of come and pick up Clementine before they head off. Give her a little bit of a hug.
So yeah, Clementine is definitely going to give you a big squeezing hug back.
I'll be back in a couple days.
Yes. You... Clementine, after this, I promise there's no more shenanigans. And he'll kind of give a look at O'Connell while he says it, like, this all ends tonight, okay?
She gives Roland a serious, understanding nod.
And O'Connell?
Oh, that was O'Connell. Clementine just smiles and nods her head.
Gotcha. Now, of course, and you'll kind of ruffle her hair. Have fun with Sunshine and Dr. Benedict, not Doctor, Uncle Benedict, and be a good girl, all right?
She nods again, very excited, laughing, and drops down from, the hug you were giving her, and O'Connell escorts her out.
Before they walk, O'Connell, hold on. And if I remember, there's a letter written in the desk.
Yes.
It's for Clementine, but I'll hand it to Sunshine. Just,
Yeah, I got it.
She'll, grab the, lapel of your jacket and give you a quick, kiss on the cheek, and then turn around.
I'll straighten out my lapel after she goes and yeah, let them go.
All right, so the two of them depart.
Let me know when I get there.
Yep, that'll be about a couple more minutes. So now everybody's down in the basement, including Claudia, who just remains silent for the most of this, just observing.
Felix has 2 rats on his shoulder.
Yes, he does.
Just one.
So wait, who's all downstairs right now?
Everybody, including Claudia, except Ike. He's just a couple minutes away.
So hold on, Angel and Kim are also down there?
Yes.
Oh. And Felix.
Yeah, well, he lives there.
Got a full party almost.
Dr. Kim, Angel, I know we've had very little time together, but I just want to say thank you for being here.
It is what it is.
Of course.
These snakes, they need to learn.
He'll kind of look down at Dr. Kim's rolly cooler. You have some blood with you, right?
Yes.
I think after my little experience with Felix, I need some.
What?
I think I'm standing up and with a cane, so you could probably see.
No, she's like, what? And then she goes, no.
Oh, speaking of which, I have presents.
Like she doesn't. She asks and then realizes she shouldn't ask, and gets you one.
And Felix has a it was wrapped up, right? Is it Bunny?
Yeah, it's me.
It was wrapped up, right?
Yeah, wrapped up in a nice clean cloth.
Yeah. A present for you from Angel.
What? You asked. I just made it.
I feel like that was the more important part, but yeah. And hands over to Roland.
Thank you. And he'll kind of. Oh, it's wrapped, so I don't know what it is, right? So I'll open it.
And it is a cane, obviously. It is carbon fiber body, with a silver-plated mongoose for a head, and a small green gem in the mouth. There is a button that releases the sword. You may take you a second to find. That's got a long sword, dual-edged in the center. They'd be like, "Hey, it's a mongoose. They're known for their killing snakes."
That's great. I don't think I'm going to kill a snake with a cane, but I appreciate
There's a button.
I'm not going to get shocked, am I?
No, you're not. That's him. That's all him.
He'll press the button.
Out will slide a sword.
Woo! How big is the cane? How big is the blade?
It's about appropriately sized. Angel probably Googled what an appropriate cane size is, so it's not a very long sword, but it's not a very long sword. It probably would count as a short sword or maybe a rapier. But yeah, it's a thinnish short sword.
Okay. He'll start swinging it around and testing it out. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Angel.
Claudia cocks her head with definite interest at the sword cane and chuckles a little bit. Nate, you and him should team up for that school you want to open up.
What school are you trying to open up, Nate?
I seem to be having a lot of success with
Come on.
Jesus! Listen, I just got married.
Tangerine?
My mind is scrambled.
Things are going so well with Tangerine.
So, I've been doing so well with Clementine that I figured something to put my skill and time to is I would enjoy opening a fencing school, and teach others and be productive in something.
Yes. Well, if you need help with anything, please let me know. But obviously, after tonight, I'll owe all of you a favor. I'll be in your debt. And he'll kind of give Kim another look, like where are those blood bags?
And about this time, Ike, you would have arrived at the club, and you already know how to get to the back. What's up?
I've never been in his anything. I go through the front door, being snarky again at the two door guards as I before I even get too close to him. And go, you gonna give me a hard time this time too, guys?
So Caleb, let me get his picture up. Caleb shakes his head, looking down, and he just, come on, man, we got a busy night tonight.
Does anyone in the line say anything as I walk up to the door?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple people muttering, just kind of like, who the fuck is this now? As I've seen a decent amount of people, like, come in and out that didn't necessarily look like staff.
No one particularly egregious, though? Like, they yelled at, Nate?
If you're just talking to the bouncers, no.
Alright. Well, are they gonna move aside to let me in?
Caleb seems to pause for a second, and then Thor, standing next to him, just chuckles and ribs him in the side. So Caleb rolls his eyes and steps back and lets you into the door. At this point, the crowd actually does start riling on and be like, the fuck's this kid going in for? When is this club gonna open? Come on, I've been standing here for hours.
I'm going to stop and pivot 180 to the nearest guy that said something about it and walk right up to him. Excuse me, mister?
Yeah, kid?
Did you have a problem with me going in there?
So Thor and Caleb, even if you can't see them directly, are, their shoulders are tensing a little bit, trying to figure out what you were doing and move an inch closer. Kid, come on, just head inside. Don't cause any trouble.
Don't cause trouble. Maybe you shouldn't yell at people. Have you ever thought of that, it's kind of rude, okay? And I really, really don't like rude people. So if you could just keep your fucking mouth shut, I'll go inside. Is that okay?
So the guy that was standing in line, he definitely starts moving. There was like one or two people like on his side, or like, because it's kind of a crowded queue up to the door. So he starts trying to push them aside. What'd you say to me, you little fucking punk? And Caleb and Thor both kind of jump in and start trying to separate the two. Whoa, hey. Club ain't even open yet. We can't have any bar fights outside on the street.
I will initiative roll Caleb and him to sucker punch this guy right in the fucking nose before they get to me.
Wait, what?
I want to punch this guy in the second I see them two stepping in, Caleb and what's his name, to get in between us. I'm going to punch this guy right in the nose.
Okay, it sounded like you wanted to make them roll to punch.
I'm saying
I got it.
If you want to contest me on them getting to me first.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Yep, let me just check their sheets. Little kid's always causing trouble.
That for humanity life. What do you want from me?
It's your dex plus wits as a number plus whatever number you get from one roll of a d10. Uh, 13? Yeah, actually, you got first action. So really, they don't know what you're doing other than, like, kind of being uppity. So they're really just trying to, like, get in your way a little bit, get between you and this other guy. And actually, let me roll for him as well. Alright, so this guy is not really moving to do anything physically against you. He's a little more just like puffed chest, peacocking.
Strength plus brawl?
Yep. Go ahead and reroll that 10. Alright, you got one success. So I'm just gonna say that you get like a good hook on this guy's chin while Caleb and Thor, they were like between you but not really like holding you. So as soon as this happens, there's like kind of a loud breakout in the crowd. People just start like reacting. Other guys and some of the girls are trying to like move out of the way because they don't want to be in a fight. The guy stumbles back a couple feet and just like grabs his chin, can't believe like that you got one on him, and Caleb and Thor specifically wrap you around the arms like, hey, you need to fucking quit it.
Sorry guys, it's my bad, I'm fine. Just want to go inside, that's all.
So they're gonna like with their like hands on your forearms like push you toward the door. Inside, I'm gonna go get Roland.
Ooh, tell daddy on me, why don't you?
He gives a little bit of a glare to you. It's only because I know you two are friends.
I appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you soon.
So Thor starts trying to calm the crowd down as best he can, and even has like a little bit of like just a small little walkie-talkie pager and like beeps inside for someone else to come outside. For someone from inside to come outside with him, and you see Caleb disappear around the corner. And after about a minute, the elevator door opens, so everyone who's downstairs sees Caleb step out.
Bonjour.
Yeah, hey, Roland, and he's gonna make a motion like he wants to speak with him a little bit more privately.
Yeah, I'll get up and follow him.
Him, like, follows you, like, handing you blood bags.
Just like an arm full of blood bags.
Yeah.
Kim, I just put him down for a second. I'm sure I'll be back in a second to actually enjoy them. I shouldn't be taking these up onto the street.
Joy is a word.
So Caleb
Sure.
sort of, just takes you off to the side. He's not trying to be too, quiet about it, but he is like speaking in a low volume and says, that kid you said's good to come into the club whenever he feels like it. He's just sucker punched someone out in the crowd out there. I don't know what the hell's up with him.
Did he sucker punch a human or did he sucker punch Kindred?
I wasn't sure. We were just trying to keep the crowd quiet. They've been getting a bit antsy about getting inside. Could have gone either way.
Okay. Ike is his name. Please talk to him with the utmost respect and ask him if he would kindly join us down here. Now, as for the man who got sucker punched, if he's human, he drinks free at the bar all night. If he is Kindred, he drinks upstairs free all night. Just get Lucille, make sure he's taken care of, whatever he needs. Girls, liquors, booze, drugs, all of that. Handle it, please.
Yeah, I got it. And he rubs his forehead, already kind of annoyed with the night, and heads out. Within a couple minutes, Caleb will find Ike in the first floor of the club, which is still getting a few things placed around and in order, and the DJ's getting everything set up. But at least as far as Nate, Kim, Angel, and Ike would have seen so far, and actually probably Roland would have gotten a good look at it, it does look like a bit of a dark carnival style thing that's being set up. As Caleb speaks with Ike, he explains in a very calm, polite manner that Roland and friends are down in his basement apartment if you'll follow me.
Right, thanks, buddy. You lead the way.
Sure.
Just being very respectful.
So Caleb leads Ike out the front doors and tries to not push with force, but keep an arm separate from him and the other guy. And before Caleb walked in, he would have told Thor to relate everything to the guy in the queue. And Caleb takes him back down to the apartment, just to make sure he got in with the right key code, and otherwise skedaddles back.
I will step out of the elevator at the bottom and see everyone. Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Bonjour.
I'll be drinking a blood bag when he comes in. I'll just wave him to come in.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great tonight. How are you guys doing?
Well, that remains to be seen. For the moment, fine.
Don't sound so grim. Where are you guys going? Whose funeral?
Well, hopefully Setite funeral. Did you sucker punch some stranger outside?
It's not my fault he was being a bitch, okay? You go mouthing off to people, you're gonna get hurt. People need to learn some respect. What is wrong with them?
Angel will laugh at that.
Roland will
But,
give a nod and be like, no argument here.
Claudia shakes her head, though she's got a bit of that kind of smile that she doesn't want to show. And just let's maybe keep it a bit under wraps this evening, at least until the festivities begin.
I was gonna say, I thought the point was to have lots of fun tonight. Ike looks a little more interested in this than he normally is. Actually, a fair bit more interested. He's usually pretty aloof, you guys have noticed, but now he looks really into it.
Actually, let's have everyone roll perception empathy. If you don't have empathy, I don't care about the extra difficulty. You can just roll what you have.
Do I have to roll?
Not you.
Sorry, it's versus regular, just normal.
Yeah.
I got one success.
One success.
One.
Oh, also, Roland, by the way, just so you know, cane sword, illegal in New York State. I'm sure you don't mind that, just letting you know that technically it is illegal.
I'll keep that in mind.
But as soon as like it said fun, like Kim goes, fun.
Yes, so definitely Henry and Felix, or sorry, Roland and Felix. I was looking at your other name. Roland and Felix, you are gonna like. You've only seen Ike a little. Actually, Roland, you know Ike a little bit, but like to you, it's not necessarily out of place. Just a little curious how excited he seems, as he's usually a little more calm and aloof. Kim, you're gonna feel that even a little more so. You are a little in touch with emotions and just seems not Ike's usual style. Angel, you haven't really spent a ton of time with Ike, but from what you remember, this just doesn't really seem his style, except for the one time you saw him with Lily. What's up, Kim?
I'm turning on aspects. I want to read people's auras.
Sure, give me a perception empathy again at difficulty 8.
Okay.
You know what? I feel like I would do the same thing if I noticed that.
Oh yeah, you got the 4 successes, so go ahead.
Hey! 4 successes.
Jeebus.
I see everything.
Um,
I'm just gonna leave that on.
Alright, so... And you can do that, like, per scene. So, like, you could, with
That's fair.
especially more successes, you can see more colors and stuff of, like, anyone. It's sometimes they say it's supposed to be per subject, but it's supposed to also let you see people if you're in hiding. So I do it by specific scene. But at least with Angel, you're gonna be seeing a pretty kind of, like, deep red color in his aura that, kind of ties into, like, desire. You've seen it once or twice before in Kindred when they have, like, a bit of bloodlust going on. So that might set you a little bit on edge about how Ike is feeling at the moment. For Kim, you are going to be seeing that same sort of dark red, as well as some purple flowing through it that seems to remind you of a bit of aggression, but not in a hateful way. It's just sort of this strong bestial feeling.
Okay.
Also, you would just because this is relevant, you would also notice some orange in Angel, like, which is a little bit of fear that you probably don't see in him very often, because yay PTSD.
Felix has red buddies. I just want to feel included.
Is Felix back downstairs or is he still
Yeah,
upstairs?
yeah.
There's you guys.
And you have more? You have like an extra rat on you?
An extra. Well, you see 2 rats, so yes.
Okay. Well, that's not too suspicious, I guess, to bring it up during this time. Well, as long as you are all ready, and we should go over the plans.
I mean, I should probably grab my sword. I didn't realize that's what's going on, but other than that,
Yes, and I'll turn towards Claudia. Are we getting any extra help from the clan tonight, or is it just us?
I have, a couple of our friends that are going to be here tonight as guests. So if things go the wrong way or the right way or however they go, honestly, we're not alone.
Understood. The way I see it, the plan I have is I have Lucille, the blood bag girl, to try and feed the Setite as much down as we can to get them kind of out of it, to kind of get them lowered, and then maybe I'll do a toast or something like that to get them some kind of fake truce or something like that in celebration with Dominic and the rest of his boys to get up into the VIP room, and then that's where we will take them.
Claudia nods, listening to that.
Take it.
By kill them, force them into some kind of submission. I don't know if they fight. I don't need innocent men dying, but all I want is Dominic's blood to be drained from his body. I don't care how it happens, as long as it is by my hands. And if his men want to fight for him, then so be it. But we cannot have Setite pushing into our territory. I need my freedom back. And he has it, so he must go.
Claudia starts to like run her fingers through her hair, and you see her shake her head slightly, but then nod and shake her head. I'll be right back. And she just heads towards the elevator.
Quick, drained by your hand specific. Are you trying to like take all of it?
Ooh, dinner time! Are we doing Diablo? Let's do that.
That's a dangerous game. I've seen a lot of people fall to it. It's not the greatest decision.
What are you talking about? No, I don't care about diablerie, whatever you... No, I'm just saying he needs to die.
Oh, yeah, totally fine with that. Just wanted to make sure you didn't want to diablerize him, because that's dangerous, I say, as I look at Ike.
I don't...
Here I thought you were fun, Roland.
I don't know what you are talking... I don't know what you're referring to.
Eat him.
I've been having his blood for weeks. It doesn't matter. No, whatever. Yes, he's going to die. That's all I'm saying. Sorry to cut you off, Angel.
And presumably you're not lying. Yes, or I guess.
To be completely fair, he has no idea what diablerize means.
Well, I'm not gonna share.
Yeah, so when you say that, he's like, what? No, I just want to drink his blood till he fucking dies. I don't want to diablerize him. That'd be whatever that means.
Felix knows what that is only because Tremere kind of do that thing, spooky.
So yeah, he's not lying by any means.
Roland?
Yes, Ike.
Is there any way that you can lock all of the doors? Because I feel like if we're going to have a full-blown vampire fight upstairs, maybe it wouldn't be good if it spills out into the streets.
I'm pretty sure the entire idea is to not have a full-blown vampire fight. That's specifically why we're drugging them and giving them as many downers as possible, so
They're
nothing
upset.
happens.
They're used to drugs. They're not that dumb.
Tonight is more of a
Drugs
special...
is their game. That's all they do.
Ike, to answer your question before this discussion gets more deeper, the bouncers will be at the door. Hopefully they can keep it locked, and if we even want to, we can try and have it so the DJ plays a song a little bit too loud for any sound to be distinguished between bass or violence.
I like it.
Elvish, is there some looks on your face that would be
The look that I'm
visible
wearing,
for-
yeah, just like a constant like frown. She's just not saying anything at the moment.
He'll kind of like it. Obviously, Dr. Kim, we appreciate you being here, and I don't have any uses for you unless one of us gets seriously injured. I don't expect you to partake in the activities that this discussion is going on about.
I think this is something I need to see.
Well, I'm. I won't stop you if that is your choice.
Who are you bringing up there? Is it just this one guy, or is there going to be a group of them? And are there ghouls involved and humans?
To be fair, just
I'd like to try and avoid a bloodbath tonight, regardless of human, kindred, fucking werewolf. I don't care. I'd like to avoid a bloodbath.
if I could get him by himself, then that is fine. But fucking Dominic will probably have an entourage of his people, his ghouls, his lackeys, his henchmen, his entourage, just the people he carries with him. If I can try and convince him to be alone, then that is one thing, but who knows if he will be suspicious, and I don't know.
Do you remember how well stealing drugs from him went? I feel like he's not this stupid to trust you twice.
I didn't try and steal drugs from him. Yes, no, I understand, and that is why you are all here.
I'm not protesting. I'm just saying quiet seems optimistic at best, if not boring.
Which is like I'm saying, I don't want innocents to die. And to be fair, these are Setite. They're not exactly the most innocent of people, the ones that Dom hangs around with.
This is a busy night for your club. There are innocents here, even if it's not like him. Yeah, he's not, but there are other people that I presume are, unless I completely miss my mind.
We should get a Ventru. They can help. They can do the whole, woo, and make them all forget. Do you know any Ventru, Roland? No, Claudia does. We'll ask her.
I don't know. Anyways, that's the plan. If I can get him by himself or as many people away from him, I don't know, maybe I can seem desperate and that I want his blood, but I'm ashamed and not. I don't know. But that is the plan. As few people as we can into the smaller VIP room, and then that's what happens. And then the rest of his men hopefully won't come at us in revenge right now. And if they decide to later, then so be it. But that is it. Unless someone has a better plan.
So we just let them go because obviously they're going to know what happened here tonight either way. Either everyone disappeared or...
That's something I've been wrestling with. If we let them go and tell, or I can't ask you guys to simply just murder a whole clan of people just because they are Setite and they work for a man. That would be unfair to them and unfair to you.
I feel like Nate and the Jemisi would disagree, but okay.
Nate and his problems with the Jemisi is one thing.
There are certain clans who's gonna miss them.
I understand, and I'm sure that yes, but I'm sure Dr. Kim doesn't want to see that. I'm sure Angel doesn't want to see that, and I know Nate.
As I'm playing with my knife,
Nate might. Anyways, Ike, if it was just me and you and one man, yes, we would kill him. If it is me, you, Nate, Kim, Angel, and 10 men that we barely know, then it is another.
I'll be good, I promise.
I'd rather not have to clean all that up.
Anyone auspexing knows I'm lying.
Dr. Kim, you will not be cleaning.
She still says that either way.
You will be just making sure that none of us die again the long death.
I don't think you understand what my job is. Okay.
Do we all understand the plan?
Yes.
Lead the way, boss.
And I'm sure I don't need to tell you to try and look natural and enjoy the party, but please don't take downers. Please be sharp. But yes, if you see me taking Dominic into that room, that is the beginning. Try and find out who the Setite are. Try and find out who the snakes are, and that is our targets.
Quick question, just to be clear. Not all the blood dolls have been drugged, have they?
No, obviously there's a couple of clean ones, but more of them are going to have
Just-
something in the blood.
I just want to know because I would point me to one of the clean ones, and I'm good with that.
Lucille will have that under control.
Sounds good.
Who in your club knows this is going down?
You and
Not us down here.
Claudia and everyone in this room knows it's going to happen. Nobody else knows it. I can't trust just anyone. You guys are the circle. So the bouncers will be informed soon that, if I am in that room to make sure no one gets out. But that will be all.
All right. I think this is a perfect spot to take one more little break this evening. So if anyone needs to take a little run. Then again, as usual, anybody in the chat, if you have questions for our characters, you can go ahead and ask them. Otherwise, we'll just chat for a couple minutes before we get going again.
Your time.
Don't worry, Kim, it gets better. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, but it will get better.
No, I kind of built into her that she's just, it takes a lot to get her mad enough to really hurt somebody.
No, I meant her disapproval and worry about Ike.
Oh, it wasn't just Ike she was disapproving of, but yeah.
I mean, was she really surprised that Roland was down to kill people?
No, of course not. But just because you're not surprised doesn't mean that you want to be invited to the killing floors.
I'm surprised Felix hadn't spoken up yet, actually. Like, he was just, like, in the side ground, like, I've got rats, it's fine.
Yeah, Felix is kind of like, oh, this is the plan, and it's happening right now.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I was told to just bring blood bags. Like, I thought something was. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's a surprise. That's very quick, and I have
Also,
rats.
She has no idea what this will do with the whole Prince Werewolf blood thing. Because now that there's going to be a wipeout of them without, she assumes, the Prince's approval. Yeah, no idea what that's gonna do. Nope.
Well, Felix is seeing
Not that that's
this.
necessarily her problem, but still.
Felix has seen this guy up front, in front of Roland, and has seen how Roland reacted, how dangerous that situation seemed. So he does understand where this is coming from. I mean, he's only met the guy like that one time, and it was very sleazy and underhanded, and this
Didn't you
just
meet him when he was going after, basically outwardly threatening Clem?
yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah.
he's like,
So it really, I mean,
He's-
it depends. It's basically however your character wants to internalize this. You can make the argument of if it's actually inhuman or if this is self-defense or justified.
yeah,
Yes, also, Kim doesn't know the whole situation. Like, she only heard about it, like, kind of, and only in pieces. She doesn't know.
Yeah, she
this
doesn't
whole-
know that he.
She doesn't know this
Clem.
shit.
Yeah.
So she's just like, we're just gonna kill people now? Okay.
and Felix has this kind of thing for like, he has this understanding that basically Roland is defending Clem in some way, and he knows that, and so now he goes, okay, this is the situation we got ourselves into. This is happening. It's no one's going to talk him down for this. You could forcibly, but it's not going to work. So he's looking at the situation going, this is a thing. This is happening. I have 2 rats. Actually, I have 3. I guess I'm doing something now. He...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. As for Angel, the Setites are not Camarilla. Therefore, the Setites are enemies. Therefore, he is fighting the enemy.
I'm going to grab something quick.
Like, his big concern is make the Setites be dead, make the non-Setites not be dead. That's his whole thought process.
Kim really just doesn't know what's going on and has been told, hey, go help us kill people. And she's like, what the fuck?
I was gonna say, how is
He
Kim
said-
dealing
He
with
said,
it?
help me incapacitate people. You don't have to
To
kill
kill
anyone.
them, in order to kill at least one of them. And she's like,
That's on his hands,
"What?
though.
What?
I love how much Kim just gets thrown into things.
She's so mad.
I mean, she
She's
does
like,
know.
what?
She does know that the guy
You know
who,
that he
like,
blood bonded Roland.
that has basically
Against-
enslaved Roland.
Yes,
Like, or
so
is
she's
at least
more
trying
okay
to.
with him, but she has no idea about the rest of them, and is like, what? Still, even she's like, but can't you just like break that, or like threaten him to break it, or like I don't know what's going on. Maybe not. You might have to kill him if that's the only option. Yeah, go ahead. But like, she's just not a violent person, and is surprised that she was asked to come help. And she's like, what the fuck is this? This is my day off.
I'd love for Roland to be like,
I'm
"No,
not
this
even
is the-
supposed to be working today.
I was just gonna say it.
This is almost 2 days from retirement.
I'd love for Roland to be like, that's the only way to get rid of the blood bond, and like knowing outright that Roland's lying, I'd still be like, yeah, you gotta kill him. There's no other way.
It would have been funnier if it was like Dr. Kim was a pivotal part of killing this guy. Like, you have to stab him. You're the one who has to do it.
Only you
He does have a knife.
power.
You're the chosen one.
You're the one. You must end him. Restore balance.
I mean, the weirdo elder likes you.
I know. She still doesn't know why. She's like, please go away. just please stop following me.
We have a fair amount of like tectonic plates floating over our game as we go about these smaller things. It's kind of creepy.
That's exactly what VTM's supposed to be like, so I'm
Like-
glad you said that.
Yeah, we've got like several very, very old vampires in this city, and we're all just like, the Setites are a
Setites.
problem.
Oh gosh, the Setites. Yeah.
I
Why
re-
why we've got like 6th and 7th gen vampires running around.
Yeah, there's a bunch of and there's the bullshit with the werewolves, which are just one werewolf is terrifying, and we just like went to the home of like 8 of them.
Oh, that
Did
makes
you
me
guys
so happy
know?
because that's seriously like what VTM's supposed to. You guys are supposed to be neonates and be like, you have your small problems, but you sense all that like marionette shit happening.
I mean, Ike lives with 2 of them, so he's acutely aware, like, this is not good.
But guys, after this, we definitely need to tackle the problem of Jamisi and the Shoer.
There is absolutely no doubt.
Yeah. Angel's happy with that. The werewolves, as far as Angel is concerned, the werewolf problem is solved.
I mean, there's been no more vampire disappearances that we know of, so...
I
This
mean,
is
it's
like
been
our
like a
first
day.
quest together, so this is like our level 1 quest.
Pretty much.
This is
Welcome to-
no, this is the end of the coterie quest. You gathered all the party members together, we meet at the central location, we're about to fight the boss.
I mean, you guys are maybe like, yeah, third
The actual
level
plot's about
D&D
to start.
style.
Yeah, the plot itself is about to start. Like we're gonna have to deal with the chaos entity that is threatening to unravel reality.
Yeah. This is your starter.
That-
This
that-
is the mini
that is-
boss.
That is not a hint at the campaign that's coming up. I'm letting y'all know that is not what's happening.
All right, let's get back to the game, because it's already getting a little bit later, so we will probably have to still even finish this next week. But, hey, but it'll be a super epic party. Anyway, though,
That's true.
you guys are all still downstairs. Claudia had disappeared for a little while. I'll say even, like, the more perceptive of you maybe saw her, like, quickly, like, pull her cell phone out of her pocket, like, as she was entering the elevator. And as you were all having a bit of this moral back and forth, plan discussion, actually, yeah, go ahead and finish that off, because she will be gone for another couple minutes.
Just keep talking like we were.
Yeah.
Peas and carrots, peas and carrots.
Does anybody have any questions or anything?
I mean, I don't offhand recognize any of these Setites, so you know that's like okay. Are there going to be any kindred here tonight that are like not us or the Setites. Like I don't know what's going on with this party or whatever.
Could you have your waitress give them like a certain colored glass, or
Yes, we can tie red bandanas around their arms and just
come on, bro. You said no. I mean, I'm down, but you said no innocence. Pick one.
What I am saying, sorry. Yes, let's rewind a little bit. Angel, tonight is maybe you've heard of it, the Succubus Club.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Never been.
Well, that is happening due to Dominic's orders tonight, and it's happening here.
Oh, okay. So definitely, probably, like Angel has heard of it. I haven't. So.
So to fill you in, I mentioned it early in the game as Helena, but yeah, so a minor recap. Angel, you've been around a little bit longer and just like involved with maybe like you've been to a couple like events with Kindred and stuff. You would have vaguely heard of it mentioned before. It was a really big, like, well-known among Kindred, Kindred-specific. Well, actually, no, there was humans too. It's kind of like Rebel's Kiss, except like 3 times the size minimum. Back out in Chicago, but there were whisper weird things happened with the club. The original owner or owners wound up losing control of the actual building, and other things eventually led to this new concept where the club kind of travels around almost as like a nightlife carnival.
Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of Kindred tonight that are just of a variety of clans.
Pretty much exclusively Kindred, ghouls, and blood dolls.
So there goes. Oh shit. Succubus. Well, shit. That so much for that.
So yes, there's going to be plenty of Kindred here, and they're going to see. I'm not sure if there's any way about that. I can't get them to just leave a room and make Dominic feel safe enough to enter it. So everyone can potentially be a threat.
Okay, so here's a big deal. Just like, came to me. I don't actually know what Dominic looks like. So like maybe recognizing all the Setites, that's gonna be what does Dominic look like?
You'll notice him immediately because the universe kind of bends around him, and I'm pretty sure he thinks he's in the middle of it all. He also sits on thrones, so like, you'll know.
Yeah, that doesn't
Plus,
help me at
he's
all.
super creepy, like
you
creepier than
do
Missy creepy.
Ike, you do realize with Kindred, right? There's a lot of creepy motherfuckers in this community.
That's the point, though. Like, he's creepier.
Can I go ahead and roll a vicissitude?
Yes. What are you rolling, just out of curiosity?
I'm gonna turn into, change my face into Dominic's.
Okay.
Don't
Hello.
cock block yourself again, bro.
How long was that going to take?
Turn into Claudia.
Turns himself back into Claudia. This is what he looks like. Everyone's be like, oh.
He's like, yeah, Felix was about to say, oh, he's blonde, blue-eyed, and about 1.82 meters tall.
Alright, so... Wait, what were you got? Oh, you got a 10 and an 8. Perfect. That's... Oh, no! Okay. That is 2 successes on the higher difficulty of actually looking like someone else. So, yeah, you saw Dominic a couple times. No, you got it.
We shuffled again.
What?
I
Oh,
accidentally
well.
turned off my camera, so it got shuffled.
Good old Zoom. I'll fix that in a second.
Looks like, yep.
But for Modi as Nate, yeah, you got enough successes to actually impersonate someone, so you can now make yourself look like Dominic, which I'll pull up the picture as well.
As you do that, I am going to pull my knife out and like move it in the direction of Nate, because like logically I understand Nate's cool. Vicissitude still freaks me the fuck out.
Easy. Don't stake him, too.
Is that an illusion?
Not gonna look at Ike, just gonna flip him off and say, "This shit's fucking creepy."
Wait, is that an illusion?
Nope.
Is it
Roland,
not?
you as well wouldn't have seen this before. Although I'd say because you're kind of such a neonate, you'd be like, cool, more vampire stuff. But it's up to you how you want to react. Roland?
Wait, I've seen Nate do this before, right?
Did you?
Yeah, I've seen him do it with his
That's right, because he went to do
Greg.
it to Dominic. Okay, so I think it's just Felix, actually, that doesn't, because even Kim knows that he does that. Alright, so yeah, continue, Felix.
Is that an illusion?
No. How?
Like the Nosferatu?
No, it's
They do the
it's
thing.
not. It is much fucking creepier than that.
It's pretty good.
It's not a fucking illusion.
No, I mean, it looks just like him.
This is what Dominic looks like, yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna forget that now.
Spirit.
Look, I understand.
Can I roll to see if I notice me see things? Sorry. It's kind of our thing.
Go ahead and give me intelligence occult.
Right.
Because I'll count that as, like, Tremere knowledge. Tremere always, like, taught everything about the other clans, especially because they're often not trusted by the other clans.
Especially the one they ate.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers.
Yeah. That's spoilers!
1,000-year-old spoilers, or however long ago it was.
I'll wait till the movie.
If you haven't watched Harry Potter by now, I'm sorry.
3.
Alright, so you definitely saw Nate, like, put his hands physically on his face and move his features around, and then perfectly recreate the face of someone else, and you will feel a lot more sure than the other things you've read about illusions, where most kindred or other creatures that can do them don't have to necessarily touch themselves. So that's making you, like, pretty much 99.9% sure he's Jimissy by doing that.
You don't have any dirt, do you?
What?
I'm gonna lean over to Felix. Not that kind. Relax.
Oh, the other one had dirt. Never mind.
Anyways.
Kim, I'm gonna say that might just kind of not necessarily tickle your fancy, but it's definitely gonna stand out to you that he brought it up.
Can I?
Simply because you helped out Daniel those couple nights.
Yeah, but can I ask? I don't. Maybe this is a bit naive of me, and I understand personal feelings. I would not get in the way. But why are we trying? Why is killing all of them on the table, even if that's not the ideal situation? That just seems a lot, and I might just not know everything. But that's why can't we just like threaten them and tell them to go away like forever and leave us alone?
They're the clan that sells heroin to kids. I'm not joking. I'm being 100% serious. They engage in prostitution, sex,
Or they sell
slavery,
kids for heroin. One or the other.
Well, they sell kids for heroin. They just anything that is icky and like nasty underground, just shady.
These
That's
particular Setites do this.
No,
All
Setites.
Setites.
Yes, but
It's like
you'll
so.
excuse me if I have several friends in this room that are exceptions to rules. I don't like generalizations.
They're like a cult. They're not like a family like we are as clans. They're like a cult.
Yeah,
You're in it or
they
you're
have.
dead.
And yes, absolutely. There are probably exceptions. Never personally met one, but even them, like, I don't know.
That's their curse.
That's
Like-
what they do. It's
Like
not
the
their
Malkavians
curse.
with their mental stuff, me with no shadows.
It's
They're
not
not
their
reflection.
curse.
and-
It's their curse.
At the end of the day, these Setites have threatened us and our kind. This is an act of self-defense more than anything.
And yeah, even if maybe my view on Setites is skewed because these are the ones that I've seen, but these ones are selling heroin to our kids. They're moving in to they're trying to make this place shittier. It's just a whole fucking city.
Honestly, I don't know any of that stuff on the Setites personally. I've never dealt with them before, but this Dominic guy did come in threatening Roland's child.
And
What?
also, you know,
And
tried to
Roland.
enslave Roland. So, you know, that's a thing.
Roland will kind of look over at Kim. One night when I was out, I don't know how they found out the code, but he made it very obvious that he could get into my place and get to Clementine. And that is when we decided to move a little bit more aggressively against Dominic. So there you have it. We can't just threaten him lightly. This needs to end, Kim.
Roland, do you have your cell phone on you?
Yes.
If you feel the vibration for a text message,
I do.
you take it out and you see Benedict's number and it just says, "The hell did you do now?"
I will text back snake emojis and skull and crossbones.
Fuck.
Like an obnoxious amount of them.
Good job, Clem. Good job.
It's like a few seconds later, you get OMW.
Please respond with a star OMG.
I was thinking about that, but it'll be kissy face, winky face. I'll see you around, Uncle Benny.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Roland?
It's how Clementine taught him to send text messages, so it's good.
I feel like it's
I
wrong,
feel like if the
though.
Setites don't kill Roland tonight. You okay, Elvis?
You're ruining
Yes.
the distance
I'm
in the moment.
picturing. I'm sorry. I'm picturing a thing that I now must draw of like Benedict looking at his phone, like.
I would like this drawing.
Oh yeah, it's gotta have the like the line from the phone that actually shows the snakes and crossbones.
Oh, yeah, it's like-
emojis.
What? Yeah.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves for half a second because I need to send this to Elvish. It's important.
Well, Elvish, or rather Kim, was just given some information about
just-
Clementine, so I'm sure she'll have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah, no, she basically was like, okay, there's an actual story that I know you're not lying about because I'm reading your aura right now. So, yeah, no, alright, we can kill this guy. This is not just hearsay from wars and stuff. We're like, you're not going to convince her by saying the whole thing is bad. Even if
Okay.
that's the truth, you're not going to convince her.
Okay, I'm good. That's Ben's face. For future
Oh, boy.
reference.
Yes.
That's his face.
It's like a mix of anger and disgust.
And curiosity, just a little bit like, what? Alright, but anyway, so you guys are still all in Roland's apartment. Clementine is, or Claudia is still upstairs, apparently making some quick phone calls. And there is some sort of back and forth discussion about your final plans and who's doing what and who agrees with doing what.
Aww.
After
Did you ask me a
Roland-
question? Sorry.
I was saying, I kind of cut you off to get that text message, but you were still talking with the others to finalize your plans.
It was no, we weren't talking about plans. It was Elvish asking a question and we answered it, and then
Yes.
I got a text message where I remember. So
And then she was happy with our answer, or
gotcha.
at least one of our
Yeah, she
answers.
looks satisfied.
So yes, that is the plan. Tonight is not going to be easy for most of you, I'm sure, but this is for some of us, I'm sure. So but it needs to be done.
At this point, you guys will hear the elevator coming down, and in a few seconds, Claudia walks out, just putting her cell phone away, and she goes to, like, open her mouth like she's gonna say anything to all of you, but at that time, you actually hear this loud blast of music.
Okay, so as
Like in the room?
this is more relevant for the players. As the elevator starts coming down, I'm going to put a little bit of a defensive posture up, and the music is going to make me jump a little bit.
Yeah, so just as basically just as Claudia steps out of the elevator, loud blast of music starts. You can hear it from the club, and you even hear from that direction, from underneath the basement, out on the street, just a loud burst of excitement and cheering, which y'all are smart. You can surmise that means that the club is opening.
Well,
Sorry, Felix, is that too loud?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
That's Felix was too loud. It's just
I have like what I hear and what the green bar tells me, and I'm always like, ooh.
Oh, I shifted if it's too loud.
Okay.
I obviously don't. Just go up there, enjoy yourself for a little bit, but please be ready. VIP room, that is where it's going to happen. If you see me walk that way with Dom, just wait for me to make a move.
Good enough for me.
Good luck.
Ike's gonna walk
I'm
past
gonna
Claudia,
look-
go straight to the elevator, and just head right up.
I'm gonna
Not
look
even
at
listening
Nate.
to Roland's.
I'm gonna look at Nate and say, "Are you gonna fix?" All right.
You what? I was just
mean,
gonna stand behind
you
a
know,
pane of glass and yes. I'll go ahead and roll to put my face back when Angel points it out.
New character
I'm not
concept:
gonna walk.
Jimissy with ultra high reflexes and stamina, who can always do that and like
Yeah.
perfectly hear people.
Spira, can I combine celerity
Quick
and
insight.
vicissitude?
If you get quick insight, I will allow it.
I can teach that to you.
I have aspect celerity and vicissitude.
Yeah.
I can teach you quick insight.
It'll be a very high difficulty, but if you have quick insight and use your flash crafting and do that with a very high difficulty of like dex and perception or something like that.
Felix is going to get awkwardly close to Nate and just like observe.
Do you mind? This is it's awkward when somebody's staring.
Everyone's staring.
I am decidedly looking away. I do not want to see this.
For anyone, just to give you the full scene, is Claudia like doesn't seem bothered at all by it. She just like keeps walking as he's like messing with his face. You got 3 successes. You're able to put it back the way you want it exactly. Do you want your new disguise?
Ike has
Yeah.
already went up. On
I'll
the
be going
elevator.
into Philip to go
in the first
upstairs.
Sorry, what was that, Ike?
Ike already left everyone behind. The second Roland said, enjoy yourselves, he was like, "That's on you, buddy. You said it." Ike's off. He swaggers through the front door, not paying any attention, kind of like giving like a wink at what's his name? I was going to call him Magnus. I don't know why.
Thor?
Yes, Thor.
Is that the one who got mad at me because I punched a guy?
No, that's Caleb. Thor is a
Caleb.
little more easygoing.
No, Caleb. I'll like give him a wink as I walk in the front door.
He again like almost rolls his eyes, but he also has that sort of look of like, you give me trouble, but I don't really hate you.
Felix will just he's watching like at it. It's not which like that doesn't look like me.
Who did you say that to?
You.
He's like right in front of you watching.
Yeah, it's
you.
like
Sorry.
It's okay.
just my name's guys. Call me Philip, and he'll walk towards the door, moving on. Just I can't be seen that much tonight.
Okay.
Just remember the name Philip, and everything will be good.
Get upstairs, everyone. Come on.
It's just an elevator. It's not stairs.
Get up the elevator.
No. I'm asking out of character. There is only an
It's
elevator, not
only
stairs.
an elevator.
That's a fire hazard.
You have to claw your way up if
But yeah, I'll go up, and then when I get to the bouncers, I'll inform Thor that they need to keep an eye out. If they ever see me, you just inform them of the plan, but not informing them that there is a plan, kind of a thing. Just being like, if you ever see me and Dominic, or pretty much if you just see me taking someone up into the VIP room, make sure no one goes in or out.
Okay. He gives you like a just standard understanding nod.
I'll give him money too.
As we head up,
He looks down at it and kind of laughs, like, I mean, I ain't gonna complain.
I didn't think you would, Thor. Thank you.
Of course.
As we head up, we're gonna get it. As we go into the elevator, I'm gonna hesitate a little bit to go into the elevator, take a deep breath, activate quicken sight for the rest of the scene, and then step into the elevator.
Right. So is everybody, with the exception of Ike, going up together?
Yeah, I'm already up there, but I'm just.
I said with the
sure.
exception of Ike.
With my 2 rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you as a gang, and not Felix. All right.
No, I have rats.
Roland, Nate, Angel, and Kim will traverse their way through the side alleyway out to the front, and you'll see there's even like a couple people still just trickling through the door, even though you heard this like cheer of people of the club opening a few minutes ago because the line had become so long. And Thor and Caleb are just like mostly letting people in, but occasionally like stopping people, look them over, and make sure like they seem appropriate, that sort of thing. And checking names for anyone who says they have like VIP access, because there are a couple bouncers inside watching the stairs, all that good stuff. So you guys all approach with Roland, and of course Thor and Caleb will essentially stop the line and make sure you guys can all head in together.
You all are lucky that I had the day off today and I'm not just in my scrubs.
I mean, it doesn't affect us much. It feels more like you're lucky that you're not just in a pair of scrubs.
That is a fair point.
I mean, is Angel in his usual like jumpsuit?
I woke up and got called, hey, can you come down as soon as possible? I didn't change into party clothes.
Aww.
What is Angel's build? Are you pretty similar to just
he's-
an average size person?
He's stocky.
He's a big dude.
Okay.
He's stocky, muscular, not terribly tall, but just a big, like, brick of a guy.
Never mind then.
It's a party. All right, so as you guys enter,
real quick, I am
Yeah.
going to basically the entire night be white knuckling my knife under, like at the back of my spine or the base of my spine.
all right. So good. So technically, Ike will see this first, but basically, as all of you enter, you're going to come through the double doors of the club, and while I believe all of you have been inside before, and you know the normal decor of the dark wooded furniture and the chrome lining a lot of things, some of the tables and the chairs, and the accents of red along the walls, and some of the lighting even tinted a bit red. The usual layout of the first floor of the club has the horseshoe bar off to the left, a dance floor sort of in the middle, some tables, both regular size and the tall bar tables scattered around, with booths lining the right side of basically what is a very long rectangular old warehouse that's been renovated for a club. And the very back, at the end of the middle dance floor, has the DJ booth. It is full of people, as you've seen before when it's open, but even more so, there are just wild sights. There's like one guy on medium-sized stilts, nothing to make him bang his head in the ceiling, but there's like a guy on stilts in a bit of a wild, gothic, crazy kind of harlequin outfit. There are actually two girls out on the dance floor doing hula hoop tricks, very intricate, wild stuff. And there's even someone kind of like dancing around them, intermittently doing some juggling. The DJ is wearing like extremely incredible mixed cyberpunk dreads with some flashing lights going through it. Even the bartenders are extra dressed up and have some like glowing pieces on their clothes. The place looks fairly well transformed into like an absolute dream acid users like party realm of just wild sights and extra actors and players like wandering around and having fun with people.
And you just said Ike was the first one to come in and see this.
Just to say that he would see it first, but basically as soon as you guys walk in, you see the same thing. And the first floor looks already packed. There looks like people that are like standing at the stairs, almost like the entrance, waiting to go up. And the bouncers are very specifically checking them for a couple different things.
I also would have asked Thor if, one, he knows who Dominic the Setite is, and two, if he has come through.
If you give him a decent description, Thor would have shaken his head and say, "No, I haven't seen anyone like that just yet, but I'll keep an eye out and let you know as soon as I do."
Perfect, Thor. Thank you.
Of course, man.
Now, Kim, I know last time you came here, you just sat down, but please try and have some kind of fun.
I heard the instructions. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll just go and do my rounds of usual checking up on the employees and make sure everything's going well.
Nate's just gonna head upstairs, almost beeline straight upstairs, and ignore everything going on downstairs.
Felix is going to do Tremere things.
If upstairs is quieter, Angel's probably also going to go upstairs.
All right. How many of the gang are making their way upstairs?
I'm still in the alley.
I'm gonna stay downstairs to keep an eye out, but I am gonna like hang around the bar kind of area.
Okay.
Where are the blood dolls?
Like some might be downstairs, but it's always been that they.
It's upstairs to feed, right?
Yeah.
And the VIP room is upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, then
That's
I'm
where
going
Ike will be
upstairs.
going.
Oh, I'll be going up there eventually, but I figured I should keep an eye on the door to see when people come in.
Sure. Nate?
What? Just going upstairs?
Okay, I didn't hear you say that. And then Roland. So that's 4 of you heading up the stairs. All right.
I'm not going upstairs. I'm staying downstairs,
Okay.
where most of the action is, just making sure everything's running smoothly.
Same for Claudia, actually. She is gonna stay not at your side, but like just sort of nearby. She's gonna act very relaxed and doesn't even have any of that like obvious trying to look chill. She actually just looks, she like finds someone and starts like talking to them, like someone, just a stranger. She's like, "Hey, how's it going?" But Felix, Ike, and Angel, you're all going upstairs?
Felix is
Sorry.
inside.
Ike and Angel are going up.
Felix wants to do something
And
outside.
Nate.
And Nate.
Okay. So Ike, Nate, and Angel, you start heading up the stairs. You approach the 2 bouncers that are watching the stairs and sort of allowing people to go up slowly. They look you over. They both have like clipboards as well, and it's like, Names.
Ike's gonna just smile. Oh, come on, man. I just want to get in.
Just names. They already look kind of exhausted with all the, like,
Angel.
bribes and pleads and everything they've gotten in the last, like,
just gonna
half
drop-
hour.
Hey, Angel Fargus.
So they start looking on the list, and actually there is a little tick mark, and then he looks back up at Felix and Ike.
Nate and Ike.
Sorry.
Philip and Ike.
I don't know why I keep mixing that up. And then you say that, and they make a couple more ticks, and they just nod, and they part slightly, like the red waters, and they let you guys go up to the second floor. Up on the second floor, again, Nate and Ike, and Angel, you've been in the club before. I'm trying to remember. Do you recall if you've actually been on the second floor before?
Ike, this is Ike's personal blood bank. He
I
owes
know.
Roland for a lot.
I know. I feel like, Angel, even if you've been on the second floor maybe once, you'll get this big to-do scene of lots of lounge chairs, and I mean like those nice old chaise types, with lots of people just lounging around. Few people already got their faces buried in other people's necks. Looks pretty hedonistic, but there's still also some of those, like, fun elements, like someone is nearby, like, not doing cheesy magic tricks, but, like, kind of just even, like, playing with glow sticks, like, making them disappear and, like, reappear, and just having a lot of fun and trying to make a very, unique atmosphere in the club. And you'll notice a room that juts out from the back wall. Ike and Nate, you definitely know this area plenty well.
It's presumably less crowded and quieter up here.
Then downstairs, yes.
Yeah.
But still kind of already filling up a bit. There's plenty of places still to sit. You can move around easily, but some of the VIPs and people who were a bit thirsty made their way up here right away.
I will beeline for a chair of some kind in the back corner of the room with full visibility of the entire room.
Okay.
As he's like starts to like walk off, Ike's gonna pat him on the back and just go, "Come on, have fun,
It's gonna make him jump.
dude. It's all right. I'm not gonna hurt. I think we established I'm not gonna hurt you. We're friends."
It's loud. It's just fucking loud.
Do you want like earplugs?
Don't worry about it.
All right, man. Ike's gonna toddle off and find him a lady of the evening.
Felix, you're back down in the alleyway, and you've got your 2 rat buddies and your special rat buddy, Candlestick, tucked away in your bag. What are you up to?
So Felix is going to give the rat buddies some instruction.
Okay.
Candlestick, bookshelf, and bellhop.
I love it.
You can actually thank Zabani for that one. But so I am gonna give him a clear instruction to look for and follow, secretly of course, a certain description of what Nate basically just turned into. Basically looking for him. Gonna have them spread out in different directions, and I want them to try to basically figure out. I mean, you got to give them clear instructions, so they're going to go find this target and then follow him, and then meet me in the alleyway in an hour. What time is it actually?
Early-ish in the night. Probably 11 at this point, because the club was put off from opening for such a long time to build the line and to get everything else like finished up.
If I was him, I would show up at like midnight, because that's like the time to show up.
Yeah, that witching hour.
So have them meet up back at 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
In the alleyway, where I am going to obviously figure out what kind of information. I'm looking for what kind of card they came in, who they come with, things like that.
Perfect. And then back downstairs, which has Roland and Claudia near one end of the bar, just sort of acting casual and chatting, and Kim is also down on the first floor. Where do you settle yourself? You said back end near the stairs?
I was going to be near the bar, but if they're near
Oh.
the bar, I'll pick a different point in the room.
Nope, I was just making sure I had everyone right. So, if you want to be by the bar as well, because it is a good vantage point to where the door is.
Yeah. Go get a drink and like have it in front of her and like pretend to drink it.
Yeah. So yeah, another about 30-ish minutes passed.
Can I
we'll do a
roll
little...
can I roll for Auspex? Do I need to roll for Auspex again? Or can I keep my 4? Because that would be great, because I'm looking to see auras as they come in the door. That's what I'm doing.
It was a short enough scene. I'll let you keep it for now, but probably like the next time you want to check something. Because I am the most generous GM in the world.
Thank you, oh goddess of dice.
I want to have a fun story. Who cares? But anyway, yes.
Just trying to check auras as they come in through the door.
So everybody tries to just basically sort of have fun, relax, or at least stay calm while they're waiting. Claudia actually does some schmoozing around. She knows a decent amount of the kindred that actually did show up tonight. She's going to peck around at a couple different people, and even if Roland and Kim keep an eye on her, it might look like she's going to might look like she's honing in on specific people. And if you wait another half hour-ish, Roland, I imagine, will be especially keeping an eye on the door. Oh, wait a second.
Nope, you're good. I get
okay. But Roland will be keeping a bit of like a specific eye on the door, and you will see first Dominic and Yvette, his sire, walk through the door, and then a like small entourage of another 7 people slowly following their path.
I've never met Yvette and his sire, right? Like,
Yvette is his sire.
Sorry, I said that incorrectly. I've never met her, and I don't know she is his sire, right?
You know she's his sire by name, because Claudia found out and told you. And you saw her that night, with Dominic after he came out of your apartment.
Gotcha. And I'm next to Claudia?
She's nearby. She's been flitting around a bit, but she's always like stayed definitely on the first floor and closer to the door.
Gotcha.
She's
also,
like in sight at all times.
We were supposed to start pushing werewolf blood tonight, right?
Yes. Although this is actually kind of where we're going to end.
All right.
If anybody has any final words before we start the shenanigans of next episode.
Just to Claudia, I would like to kind of like get close to her and just be like, is she going to be a problem?
Claudia does an impressively casual glance out of the side of her eyes. You just basically see her irises flit slightly. She catches sight of Yvette and then whispers back to you, I'm really not sure. I don't know anything about her except what I got out of Gerard, but he did inform me that he believes she's nothing. She pauses for a moment. Let's just not let's not underestimate her. I'll say that.
Understood. And that's all.
But she'll just before you leave, she'll just touch your arm and be like, your idea about the downers and possibly using Kim, if she can do some of the things I think her kind can, will be a definite advantage.
Well, let's hope so. And that's all.
And that is where we will wrap this episode. Thank everybody who came out to watch, as always. If you haven't already joined our Discord and you're here on Twitch, down below, if you scroll down a bit, we've got links to our Discord, to YouTube if you want to catch up on any old episodes, and some other good stuff. I think my Twitter's down there finally. So that's always... Yes, okay, calm down. I'll get the outro out. But yeah, thank you everyone who showed up. We always have fun playing this game. We'll be back next week, and we will absolutely have these fun events we've been foreshadowing at the club.
Not next week.
That's right. Okay, Zamani won't be able to join us next week. So we will next week. We will have a we will have a one-shot playing on Tuesday nights. So for all of you who regularly watch our New York game, we will be playing next Tuesday. We'll announce in the Discord what we're playing. No promises, but maybe Call of Cthulhu. I've been having fun checking that out. But shut up, Articus. But yeah, so we'll let you know on Discord what we're doing next week. And then the week after that, we will finish this fun, exciting evening. Love you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye.